Hello.
Hi Dhyan, how are you?
Hi, Shamik. How are you?
I'm good. Let's give it a couple of minutes. Let's see, I think we'll start off with your presentation. So let me make you co-host.
Okay. 1 minute. Let me just share my screen.
Sure.
Well, Windows. How do I share the window?
There should be a,
Okay. Let me just see. Okay. Can you see me? Can you
we
see
can,
my screen?
we can see your screen, we can see your Zoom screen.
You can't see my desktop.
No.
1 minute. Let me just. Uh, 1 minute. Now, can you see my screen?
Aren't we seeing his desktop only? We have so many windows open.
I mean, we can see Zoom, we can't see your PPT.
I don't think his PPT is open.
You can't see my PPT now?
No.
1 minute. I'm a little confused about this thing. Share screen 1, screen 2, screen 3. Okay, so now?
Yeah, yes, we can. So cool.
Okay.
So let me do a quick introduction of Dhyan. And today's session, Dhyan will start off first. And then once he's done, you have your answer your question, ask your questions, etc. Then we'll cover some of the remaining stuff from the permaculture session that we wanted to cover. So Dhyan and we met long time back, somewhere in 2000.
2015, I think. 15 or 16.
Yeah, I think 2016, perhaps. And essentially, this was basically so there was a ZBNF workshop happening over 3 days in Bangalore. And that's where we had actually met. So Dhyan has a very interesting story. And so he is more of a proponent of natural farming. We don't separate natural farming as such. For us, everything is a form of agroecological farming, organic farming, ZBNF, biodynamics, etc. But he is more oriented towards ZBNF. So a lot of the techniques that he's going to talk about today are going to be more from a ZBNF perspective. And I think what we are really interested in learning from him is uh, how he was able to get his farm to a level where it is kind of nearing break even, etc. Right now, right? It's got into a self-sustaining mode, and how he is able to do that. He's staying at the farm. His farm is pretty much now. Now it's almost inside Bangalore, bang inside Bangalore, right? 10 years back, it was on the outskirts of Bangalore. So yeah, over to you, Dhyan. Thank you for making the time to come out. I know it's a holiday weekend. Everybody is in Diwali mood. But so thanks for taking the time out.
Thank you, Shamik. Thanks for having me again on the call. I'm happy to be here and to guide your students. And welcome to all. Thank you for attending my talk. So I'll can you see this website about the farm?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
So we have a website also. It's called shambhala.farm, and the farm was actually bought in 89 by my parents, and they ran it. My dad planted all the trees. It was just barren land, And then he planted mango trees. In those days, we hired a consultant and they recommended Malika was a hybrid. So he planted Malika, and then he had a sort of diverse horticultural farm. And we have Malika, we have jackfruit, we have guavas, we have lychees, we have sapota. So it's a diverse horticultural farm, and it was planted as such, and it was running. And I came back. I was in the US, and then I came back, and I used to just maintain the farm. And 2014, I attended Palekar Stock, and that really opened my eyes. This farm basically was more of a recreational sort of passion. It was more of a passion than a profession for my father and for me. We were not really interested in making it break even. But then in 2014, after I attended Palekar Stock, I was like, wow, this could actually become something where we could make some money out of it also, and also make it more green and more organic and self-sustaining. And so I invested in, first thing I did was improve my water situation, because of the development in the area, the water table has gone up. So I put injection wells. All that is there in my, there's a, in the website, there's a thing called research material. And in research material, there's a Google Drive. And in that, you can find all the stuff that I've done, all the injection wells, water, all that is there. Whatever I've done is, it's there.
Can you
It's
show
there
the
in that
injection
website. You
wells?
have to look at
If you
it.
can find a picture of the injection well, could you show it?
Yeah, I'll just put the injection well photo 1 minute. Yeah, the water recharging and conservation, what I've done. So our injection well is this is the what it is. It's uh, it's basically like a recharge pit, but it's not drilled on the bore well. It's drilled next to the bore well, about 15 feet away from the bore well. What they do is they put it in another bore well up to the aquifer. So it's an injection, it's like an injection of water. And in 1 inch of rain for 1 acre, you get about 80,000 liters of water per rainfall for 1 inch. So it really helped revive the bore well. And parallelly, I worked in the neighborhood because we are located close to a lake, a very big lake called Dodgubi Lake, one of the most beautiful lakes in Bangalore. And I and another person were instrumental in helping revive it. And now the lake is full. From the last 4 years, the lake is full. The government has taken it over. Even though it is in panchayat limits, the BBMP has taken over the lake and regenerated it. So we have good water now. And
And I remember, Dhyan, like even I think 5 years back, you used to be very concerned about the water situation. And you
yeah,
were like
I
saying, I
was.
can't grow a lot of stuff because I don't have water. I couldn't grow this, etc. Right? You used to be very,
Yes,
very
yes. Now
concerned.
the water situation has improved. I revived my shade nets. I have two shade nets, about half an acre. I'm growing vegetables in the shade nets, and I've also increased my dairy. Now I have 15 cows. As you know, cows take a lot of water, but I'm able to maintain it. My borewells are doing well, and really, water conservation has helped. The
So
lake being
do
full
you
also
think
has helped. So God,
so
destiny, God's grace, that the lake also was full, and everything was
so
in good.
how much did the injection well help?
The injection well, I will give you an example. In 2011, I had one bore well in my farm that was a mown bore well, and it went dry. And then I searched around. I did something called hydrofracturing, which is not available in Karnataka anymore. Hydrofracturing is basically what it does is it pumps, just like the injection, it pumps water into the bore well and it opens the pores. It's hydraulic pressure. So it's a lot of pressure that is pumped right into the bore well. So it opens the pores. So once I did that, some water came back into the borewell, but then because my father has a company, there was a geologist, he recommended this guy called Farmland Rainy Features. This guy does a lot of work for Infosys and all these people. So he said, why don't you try him? He's a little expensive, but it was a new technology and nobody was doing it in India. Even now, I think this guy is one of the main guys, and nobody else I know of that is doing such a good job.
What's the name of the company?
Farmland Rainy. If you go to my website, it is there. I mean, the website, everything is there. Invoice, how much I spent for the screen, everything. He has a whole technology like I have shown you.
Got it. How deep did this go? How deep?
So this goes up to the aquifer. So up to the borewell goes about 100 feet deep.
Okay.
And then once I did that injection well, my borewell has never gone dry. And the best part is I convinced my neighbors, the villa guys, to do it.
Okay.
And 2 years ago, they were buying tractor water.
Okay.
And last year, they didn't buy tractor water after 2 years of injection well.
Got it.
They
So
were buying
basically
almost
this injection well, I think the
whole
idea.
time
Sorry,
they
go ahead.
well as it is really a very good. See, this is how it goes. The pipes go in. They have perforations. They go in, and this is how it's done. It's expensive. Now he charges about 3.5 lakhs to do this.
Okay.
And every 2 years you have to replace the media. So media replacement costs about 9,000.
Okay.
That is the filter, charcoal filter, and all.
Okay.
And then it works. It really works because Infosys does this in a big way from them. He's got a monopoly on the IT industry wherever they have, and they see village. The government also has hired him, so he does it in a very professional way. And it's one thing is like I told you is in one drain you get 80,000 liters of water recharged into the aquifer, which is a huge amount. 80,000 liter, one tractor tanker is only 4,000 liters.
Right.
So it is 20 tractors in one drain.
Right. So basically what this does is all the water which would have flown away in the surface and gone and some of it evaporated, etc. It basically makes sure that it goes directly into the
See, like this, it goes directly into the aquifer, as you can see. And one thing is more than a recharge well or a recharge pond, especially in areas where you don't have much area, where you limited to have a recharge well or a recharge pond. The diameter of this well is only 5 feet, this top. And accounting for a silt trap, you put it along the channel. So you're not wasting much space also.
Got it.
So it's a very good method if you can afford it. And so far I have had good success. I had 2 injection wells. My second bore well also used to go dry in the summer. And after I did the injection well last summer, it didn't go dry. I was able to manage my vegetables, which is why I'm confident now to increase my vegetable this thing. So
anybody has any questions specifically about this? I think so today Dhyan is going to cover a lot of different stuff. So I would request you that don't wait till the end to ask your questions, but whenever you have, because we'll move on to different topics. So if you have any questions, please ask. I think this is an important.
The first thing you need to do is secure your water, because agriculture without water is impossible. I mean, the farm was completely rain-fed and it was not making money. So I first secured my water. Then I introduced the dairy. Now I have poultry. And then because the problem with horticultural crops is it's just once in a year. I mean, just butterfruit maybe twice in a year, sapota maybe 3 times in a year, coconuts maybe 3 times in a year. But it's not a regular income source. Whereas just because I invest a lot in the stock market also, and you need a regular income source to maintain the farm. You can't wait for 3-4 months to get a crop, or maybe once a year. My mango crop used to come just once a year, and last 4 years it failed. Only this year it was a success. So it's difficult to maintain a farm only with horticulture or long-term horticultural crops. You need livestock, you need vegetables, you need mushrooms.
Right. So
Obviously,
those who are
labor,
in
it depends on
Bangalore,
what
those who
sort
are
of
in
farmer you
Bangalore,
are.
you can reach out to Dhyan and you can visit his farm. I'm going to add Dhyan to the group so that you can ping him, etc. as well.
So I'll just go back to my website.
Sir,
So
I have
any
one
questions
question.
about the injection well? Any questions
Yeah,
about the well?
sir, this is Vishwanath. Actually, I belongs to North Karnataka, Gulbarga area. So what we are doing usually, there is a recharge borewell they'll call it. 10 by 10 feet they will dig, and then they'll put some big stones, then small stones, then
Right.
jelly. Then that whatever borewell pipe is there, they drill a hole and filter. There is a filter. They'll wrap it on that. So rainwater, whatever coming, they make it channel through that whatever pit we have done. There the rainwater will fall there and it is go on recharging there.
No, you're doing it directly on the borewell.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
That also is possible. Yes, you can do that directly on the borewell also. Only problem is you have to ensure that the filtration is done properly.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
That
if the
filtration,
filtration
yeah,
is
correct.
not done properly, then the borewell will silt up and you lose the borewell.
Yes, yes, sir. In our area, they are doing directly on the borewell only instead of doing separate.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is also a methodology you can do directly on the borewell. Many people are doing that.
Yeah.
But I did not want to take the chance because these are very precious bore wells. So, but that is also a method. I have known people who are doing that directly on the bore well. But some people have told me that it is silted up because the filtration was not done properly. Main thing is to ensure the filtration, no mud gets into the bore well.
Correct, sir. Correct. Exactly.
That is
Yeah.
important.
Yes.
Yeah. What you have
Thank
suggested also is a very good way to do it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So, shall we move on?
Yes, if nobody has any questions
Yeah.
about this, we can move on.
Okay. So, basically, this is the website of the farm, and this is our produce. What we have, like I said, I need a regular income source. So throughout the year, now we have milk. We are supplying milk because this area has developed. So we're able to supply milk directly to our customers, eliminating the middleman in the dairy. We get a good rate, and we're able to be. This is how our milk looks. It comes in glass bottles, and we put. Now I printed it. I didn't put a sticker. I screen printed it. So and then. Strawberries I have tried. Strawberries doesn't work out that well in Bangalore. It's a very
Dhyan,
limited
are you
crop.
sharing a screen or something? Because I am unable to see.
Are you able to see the screen, Shamik?
Yeah. I think
Yes,
we
we
are
are
able to
able
see
to
the
see.
screen. We can see your screen.
Oh, okay. Then it's funding me. Okay, I got it.
Then we have Malika
So,
mango,
Dhyan,
custard apple.
one question. So the whole, like based on, because I have been observing your farm and your farming adventures from almost day zero, right? Since that
Yeah,
2015 sort of a thing. And I
yeah,
remember initially you used to struggle quite a bit, right? In terms of, okay,
yeah. I
there's
used to
no
struggle.
water, there's no way. I mean, from an outsider's perspective, I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think the two things that have really turned it around for you, and please correct me if I'm wrong. One was that you decided to keep cows, right? Extensively.
Yes,
So
yes,
that
yes,
was one big thing actually.
yes,
Second
yes,
thing is that you decided to also put in an effort where you said, hey, I'm going to try and sell as much direct to consumers as possible.
yes,
If
yes.
there is anything left over, then I will put it on different platforms, etc. But primary is direct to consumer. I felt that these two things, along with you making it a very integrated and diverse farm, rather than saying,
Yeah, that is the
I'm
main thing. It's a diverse farm because income comes from many sources. Like I told you, this is all my income now. Milk, mushrooms have stopped now for now because we are too much caught up with our chickens and milk. I can't afford to put more labor now just for mushrooms because in Bangalore, mushrooms is a seasonal crop. It grows only from say August to February. because I grow oyster mushrooms, and I've grown these mushrooms as you can see here. So this grows from July to February, and it requires a temperature of around 20 below 25 degrees. So it's it it takes a lot of effort to do, and I couldn't afford. Maybe later, if I pick up again some labor, I will do it. But now my labor is full with my chicken and my cows, and chickens. Even though they are more labor intensive, are easier to handle than mushrooms if you can prevent disease. And cows also is labor intensive but easier to handle than mushrooms, because mushrooms, one thing is marketing it is quite a challenge because it's very perishable. You can't store it for more than a day. As soon as you harvest it, it was quite tough actually, harvesting it in the morning and then selling it by 8 o'clock to the vegetable shop.
Right.
And then again, waiting, spraying. I've automated everything. I invested a lot of money in it, but the labor felt more utilized in dairy and chickens.
Right. And I think
Maybe
the
later
third
I
thing,
will introduce mushrooms again.
yeah, the third thing that I've seen, like, so basically the reasons why, from my perspective, why you were able to turn it around was, as I said, right, keeping cows, solving the water problem, right, which would
Water
otherwise
problem
be
is
an
the main
industry
thing.
case.
Main thing is
Yeah.
water. I mean, you have to secure a water source.
Yeah. And third was doing a very diverse set of produce. And fourth was doing direct to consumer. And fifth, I would say this direct to consumer. See, many farmers do direct to consumer where they do deliveries all across. That's fine. But best is what I think Dhyan has done, which is figure out, I don't need a lot of customers. I don't need thousands of customers in order to run the farm sustainably, in order to recover all of the money spent, etc. I can just sell nearby. So when you start figuring out your marketing, you have to go as local as
Yeah,
possible.
just local. And one important thing, Shamik, the reason why you and me are surviving, chemical free, naturally farmed.
Right.
Nobody would have bought it if it was full of pesticide and
Of
spray.
course, of course, of
So
course.
that is the selling point. I mean, I'm able to sell my mushroom, my mango at 80 rupees a kg even now to anybody. Even you will buy, anybody will buy. I sold it last year. Last year you were too far away and you already had supply. So I sold it to somebody else for 80 rupees a kg while Mandi was buying at 25 rupees a kg.
Right.
Because
right.
I have certifications also. I mean, now I'm an organic certified Shamik. I'm happy to inform you. We passed the certification. So this says third year. I'm waiting for the for official certificate. This is the old certificate. So we passed inspection. So now we are an organic certified farm.
Got it.
So we can
How
get in
big
the
is your
exports
farm?
also.
Dhyan,
Pardon?
how many acres is your farm?
It's about 12 acres.
12 acres.
Yeah.
And how much did it cost you to get the organic certification for a year?
See, organic certification, I went directly to KSOCA. There are private guys like Aditi and all. They charge about 30,000 a year. But if you go directly to KSOCA and Hepal, they charge only 7,000 or 8,000 a year.
Okay.
But it's more of self-learning. There's no hand-holding. You have to basically, but now there's a manual also that has come out, and everything is self-explanatory in the manual. All that organic certification requires is two things. One is integrity and accountability. That is all yourself. Whatever inspection they do, they come just once a month. If once a year they come, but we maintain the diary, we maintain the photos. All that has to be done. They inspect the diaries, they inspect the photos, they inspect the invoices, planting material, all that. But we have to maintain all that. Documentation is important. So unless you are not on the farm or if you don't have an educated help, I mean, Kannada also they accept Kannada, but most of it is in English. So somebody has to maintain it in English to.
Right. So that brings to the sixth important point, which we keep on, like, these are actually all the ways that we talk about in this course, and we go deep into each of them on
See, this is what the
how can you be
certificate looks
profitable as
like.
an organic farmer. So this record keeping is also very important. Guys, you know, we started off with light farm, etc. But overall, for many of the next sessions, you will see the importance of record keeping, because
No, record keeping is very easy. I'll just show. Can you see my screen?
yes, we can see your screen with
Yeah, I'll
the
just show you what record keeping means for
Yeah.
KSOC certification. It's not that hard. Your light farm software is too complicated for me only. Forget my people. So I was like, so what we do is we maintain a diary, and they accept Google Sheets also, but I keep the diary because it's easier to handle a diary. So
Would you be able to show that if you have that? If you can
yeah, I'll show you the diary. See, I have a folder here. I share it with them.
Sir,
So this
is
is the
there any clauses are there like ISO 9000? Like, is there that procedure
Look,
kind of?
KSSC, you get NPOP certification. You get NPOP certification. This is what the farm is certified NPOP. NPOP. NPOP, National Programming for Organic Production Standards. This is also allowed for export now. NPOP also is accepted for export. Before it was only European organic certification and all, but now Dubai people and all are willing to accept NPOP also. And it costs just 8,000 rupees a year if you go directly to KSOCA. If you go to Aditi, it's expensive. Aditi, I think, is over 30,000 a year. But KSOCA is only 8,000 a year, plus documentation, like I will show you. I just have a folder. Every year I upload. There are photos and videos. Whatever I do, I take photos. I have lots of photos, but just for them to see all the spraying, the
Are you showing?
videos.
Are you showing that? Because we are
Can you
still
see
like
it? Can you see my screen?
I can see only your certificate screen right now.
Oh, 1 minute. Let me just 1 minute. Let me just stop. Let me share the window. I don't know how to share the window, Shamik. Advanced. I'm trying to share application window. Yeah. Okay.
And also the other thing I've been noticing in Dhyan's journey, because like he's so associated with his farm. So as the farm is doing better, Dhyan is looking younger. So he is now younger than he was looking 10 years back.
Yeah, less stress. Now can you see my screen? Can you see my
Yes, yes.
so this is all the photos we take. We have lots of photos, Jivamrita making, and then all the. I'm not a pure natural farmer in the sense I make Jivamrita, I make buttermilk, sa buttermilk, but neem astra, dasparni, all that I don't make. I use neem soap and ongeme soap because it's easily available. IIHR makes it, it's accepted as organic, and it takes care of aphids, fruit fly, all the regular stuff. And it's very easy to use. It's just, it's easy, much easier than making neem astra and this thing.
So basically you keep a lot of documentation in terms of photos, right?
Yeah,
When you are
photos I
using, let's say you
keep,
have
and
bought
also
something from.
I have a diary. I'll show you the diary.
Yeah.
I have a diary. This is my diary. As you can see, every activity in the farm, there's a photo and a diary. So
Got it.
this diary basically, can you see my screen?
I mean,
Oh,
we can
it's
see the
not.
folder. No, yeah, you can see it now. Yeah.
So like this date, this was done. It's in English. They accept Kannada also. They accept Kannada also. But my guy knows English, and
So the
so
thing is, for all of you who even now, if you have not decided when you will go for organic certification, etc., if you start maintaining this right away, not only will it help you evaluate your journey, but when you go for certification, you will have all of the documents with you, So it'll become much simpler. You don't have to create it retroactively. Otherwise, you'll have to create it retroactively.
And then these are the bills. These are all the bills I have. I'll just put it up. So these are the main things they look for: the bills, what you buy, and the neem soap and the planting material and all that, and also the bills, and then the farm diary and the photos. Then you fill in, they send you a form, and now it's all changed. Now it's become so complicated, they want bond paper as an agreement. So I'm stuck there now because they don't know how much bond paper I have to buy.
Okay.
Till last year, it was just printed in a printer, and now they made it more complicated. They want bond paper. From the last month and a half, I'm asking them how much bond paper should I buy? Who is the first party? They don't know. They themselves don't know. It's all big mess. So this
Vinay,
is
you have a
the
question. Vinay has a
certification.
question. Vinay, go ahead.
Sir,
Hey,
sir, I have okay.
Hey, I think that's the exact question I was about to ask. Like, is there any, like, is there any checklist where we can find, like, what to maintain, what not,
Yeah,
and
see, if you go to the, I'll post this also on my research folder. I've not done it. There's a book here called NPOP 8th edition. It's modified. This is the latest edition. I'll post it in my research folder. I forgot to do it. So everything is mentioned there as to how you get organic certification,
okay,
and everything is mentioned what you do,
And Vinay, don't worry
standards.
about that. We have one class dedicated completely to the exact mechanics, exactly what they require of organic
Right. So
certification. We have one
all
separate
that is
class for
there,
that.
but what simple is what I told you,
yep,
diary, and main thing is integrity and accountability, which is in your hands. You have to be clean. You should not keep any chemical methods in your farm. You should not clandestinely do that, because they come once a year for inspection. But we have asked them, you test. Now I think they're going to do residue testing also soon. I suggested that to make sure so that they can check the actual fruit. So there is no residue of any spray or anything. So this is the they send you this form. So you just have to fill it in. It's not complicated. You can do it only using the website is complicated. For that, they give some agents to fill in the website. So I fill in the form in Word, and then they uh, they get me an agent, and he fills. This is just regular stuff about the farm, all the area, and what you have put in the buffer zone, and what livestock, what farmyard manure. Documentation has to be done. So you have to do it yourself, because your farm health can maintain the diary. Rest you'll have to do. And you obviously have to know all the stuff about organic. If you're new to that, you need to know what Jivamrita is, and what all the stuff I have mentioned, raw fermented buttermilk. I mean, this is naturally farmed, but they accept organic farm also. That means you buy organic biopesticide. I mean, that is basically, to me, that is a big con game. It's so expensive, those biopesticides, and it's much more expensive. That's why organic farming, those who do real organic farming and not natural farming, it's really expensive buying those organic pesticides and organic growth promoters. This is cheap. This is, you just have a cow. I have three Malnad Gidas, and my Malnad Gidas I use for my natural farming. And then the rest of the cows are for to make milk, and I get about 60 liters of milk a day. So this is this thing. You have to enclose your farm map, your crop map, and invoices. Just regular documentation. If you some of you are maybe corporate guys who are used to this record of the production,
So
harvest.
filling this up is very easy if you have maintained a farm diary. If you have not maintained a farm diary,
Yeah,
then you have
yeah.
to
You have to
guesswork
maintain
and
a
say,
diary.
yeah,
You
I
have
think
to maintain a
Jivamrita I
farm
did on
diary. Yes.
2nd August. Like that you have to do, right? So it's
Yeah.
simple if you have to maintain the farm diary. So the core thing is the farm diary and pictures and bills. If you have those stored in a folder, you are good to go. You
And
can
you
dispatch.
also have to make an inventory of your farm, how many trees you have, and what is the yield. All that has to be done. I mean, they start with the database, and finally
Sir,
they give you.
sir, one question I have. You
Yes, sir.
mentioned a bill. What kind of bill they are looking for that? Whether they are
The bills they use for what bills they use. Basically, I'll just show you 1 minute. Bills, the bills they use are for if you are now the neem soap I have bought. Neem soap. No, 1 minute. Where is the bills? Both your.
no, whether they are going to check whether I bought a chemical or not, like that, or any
No, that
intention
is
is there?
all. Yeah, they check in the bills. They check in the bills. They check, and in your storeroom they check your storeroom where you have stored all the material.
Okay, okay,
There they check the storeroom, and they also do a chemical test. They do a chemical test of your soil,
okay,
and that is why I took 4 years. I actually should have got it last year. First year they did the chemical test, and my heavy metals were heavy.
Oh,
And that was because long time ago it was a grape orchard.
okay.
And so there is still heavy metals in the soil. Now I told them you check the carbon content instead of just heavy metals. That is a more reliable indicator. So I said, so I submitted my soil test. My carbon content is about 1.6. So this is basically a bill,
So
as you
this
can
has
see.
also, I think, changed because I'm sure when you had started off 10 years back, it might have been 0.5, 0.6%,
Yeah.
something
So
like
this
that,
is a
right?
Kannada bill, Indi, Busa, Chekke, Kadle,
Yeah, yeah.
all these bills are there for all the stuff I buy and planting material, neem soap.
Okay, sir. Then we have to maintain this kind of bills.
Yeah, you have to
Audit.
maintain the bills and you have to maintain the farm diary. And
Okay.
first of all, you should have an inventory of your farm. What is the yield? What is the trees?
Okay.
And if you are growing vegetables also, I will show you. If you see my, where is it? I think this is a... If you are growing vegetables also, you can measure the yield and maintain a yield because list of crops. 1 minute. List of crops. Yeah, this. See, they ask you for a list of crops. So this is what is called always this thing. This is what you do. So you have to make a list of crops. So this is my perennial crops. Then non-perennial crops: beans, carrot, lettuce, chili, greens. How much area? What is the area and estimated yield? So that's basically it. This is what they do is they take this list of crops and they put it in a certificate. And if you are a big farmer, I'm a small farmer, I can't afford to export. I just use this to sell it locally. But if you're a big farmer, what you see in the certificate you give them comes in your 1 minute. I'll just show you. It comes in your certificate in this page. See in this page. So you are certified for this.
Yeah, if you can just zoom it, it's 81%. If you can make it like 150% or something, yeah, people can see.
So you can sell this certified carrot, certified green chili, certified organic palak, mangoes. If you are a big farmer, it helps a lot. I mean, if you have lots of mango trees and all this will come in your certificate as, see, it says here 3rd year conversion. This year it will say organic certified. But people are willing to buy even in 1st year conversion if you have a certificate. You don't have to wait to be organic certified.
Yeah.
Even 1st year conversion, because the fact that you got into conversion itself is a big thing. They'll keep failing you also. It took me 4 years to get certificate. Actually, it is 1 year for vegetable crops and 3 years for horticultural crops. That is the thing. 1 year for vegetable crops and 3 years for horticultural crops. And they put it in a certificate and Rabi, Kharif, perennial. So, and this is the organization. I have the number also. If anybody wants, ping me. I'll send you the guy's number. There's a lady called Manjushri. She's very helpful. They keep changing. They keep getting transferred. This is the 3rd officer I'm dealing with. But the organization is the same. Opposite Baptist Hospital, Hebbal. And they have divisions all over. If you are in North Karnataka, like you said, I'm sure if you write to them, they'll direct you to an officer in KSOCA. It's one organization, KSOCA, Karnataka State Organic Certification Organization, and they give you this NPOP certificate.
Yes.
Now it has become a little more complicated because there is more documentation involved this year onwards. And it is a little more complicated because but it's not difficult to do. I have done it and they accepted it. So only
Yes,
entering the website is
Vikashini, you have a
difficult.
question?
Entering the website, you need an agent to do. The website is so complicated. They'll suggest an agent. I think the agent takes about 1,500 for data entry. And you give her the Word document, she'll upload it to the website. And then that website is APIDA website. So any exporter is looking for, I get queries for so many things from exporters, supply me this, supply me that. They are all going to the APIDA website and looking at, so you're registered with APIDA. When you do all this data entry in the website, it goes straight to APIDA. So the certificate is the APIDA certificate. Agriculture Promotional Export Development Agency. I think that's what it's called, right? APIDA, Shamik? Export
yeah.
Development Agency, something export development.
Yeah. Vikashani, can you go ahead with your question, please? You have
Yeah,
your
sure.
hand raised.
Hi,
Yeah.
sir. I have a quick question.
Yes.
As it says Karnataka State Organic Certification Agency, like, is it they do certifications all over India or just in Karnataka?
This is just Karnataka. Organic
Okay.
certification is a state subject.
Okay.
So your local state will ask them. They will
So
have
you
an
will have
organic
you
certification
have
agency.
TNSOC in
You
Tamil
will have
Nadu.
Tamil Nadu Organic Certification Agency, but the standard
Okay.
is all APIDA. Once you're registered, it's all the same website. The website
Okay.
is the same, APIDA. APIDA is the website. I forgot the link. I have it somewhere. It's a national. You're registered in the national body of organic farmers. You get
Okay.
registered in a national website.
So essentially, if you see the NPOP standards were formulated by APEDA, and then they came up with, okay, who can certify? So initially, there was a lot of third-party certification agencies like Aditi. Then they came up. Then they came up with
See, this
this
is
one
the
as
thing.
well, state
NPOP,
level
Government
organic
of India,
certification
Ministry
bodies.
of Commerce and Industry, Department of Commerce. So
Yeah.
APIDA. APIDA, see here, APIDA, this logo. So it helps if you're an exporter and you're a big farmer, you can really get a lot of value if you do this certification.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Sir, you mentioned horticulture 3 years and vegetables 1 year.
Yes.
If I'm doing a mix in horticulture itself, shaded crop like a vegetable, something I will grow. So put together, how much 4 years it will take?
No, 3 years. 3 years is maximum.
Okay.
But if you're growing only vegetables, within 1 year, you can get certification for your vegetables.
Okay.
If you have a separate plot, I mean, if you're doing integrated, then obviously, but if you have a separate plot only for vegetables and like
And
I
even
have a
in that-
shade net because I have protected cultivation. I don't grow vegetables in the open because of pest attack. I put a shade net.
And
So
even in that, during that 3 year, every year you will get a in transition sort of a certificate.
yeah,
which
every
will
year
mention
you will get first
first
year,
year,
second
second
year,
year.
second
So
year,
you
third
can
year.
start selling as soon as you get that certificate. You can start selling, and people actually start selling it as organically grown, not organic certified, but they start selling it as
Organically grown,
organic.
you can say. And once you get the certification, you can say organic certified, which comes in the third year, after the third year, in the fourth year. But as soon as you get the certificate, you can say organically. So, like I said, here, see, third year certification of registration. So, this itself
And
is a
remember,
stamp.
you'll have to renew the certificate every year.
Every year you have to renew it. Every year there's an inspection. Inspection for me is in October. I don't know when is the other people, but for me it's usually in October. And it's not hard to do. Just documentation has to be done. Documentation throughout the year you have to maintain the diary.
The only thing is that usually if you are in remote areas, the cost actually goes up, right? So because they have to charge you for the travel, etc. So they usually
Yeah, that
charge
they
you
will.
more if you are 200 kilometers from a city, right?
Travel and stay also we need to take care of them.
See,
Yeah.
I suggest you avoid this Aditi and all. They don't really add value. You go straight to KSOCA. Problem with KSOCA is there's no hand holding. Everything you have to figure out. Whereas Aditi will handhold you, tell you how to fill the form. But it's not hard to do it. I've shown you the forms. It's not that hard. It's not.
It's like going to Manipal versus Vaidehi in a hospital. You know, Manipal will give you exam very classy, but they'll charge you for that as well. Vaidehi also has good doctors, good medical care, but you'll have to put in a little of effort.
Yeah.
Wait for some time, kind of like that.
Aditi also
Sir.
is good, but they are expensive. I think I asked them once before I wanted to start. They said 30,000 rupees. Then I was like, let me go to KSOCA, and KSOCA, they're very helpful people. At least in Bangalore, they're very helpful people. They help fill out the form. They'll help fill out the form. They will help fill out the website. They will suggest an agent to fill up the website. So the 1,500 you pay to the agent instead of paying 30,000 to Aditi, you just pay 1,500 to the agent. He will fill up the website if you fill up the Word documents. Even to fill up the Word documents, you can email KSSA and say, how do I fill this? You can call them, how do I fill this? What does this mean? They will help you. They're very helpful that way. They're not a remote government agency.
Right. So Dhyan, you will need to, I think you should come back from the certificate stuff to the rest of the things you wanted to
Okay,
cover.
so this is the produce, like I told you, as in any business, farming also is a business. I mean, there are different reasons people become farmers, or I've become farmers out of passion. My main reason to become a farmer is passion. But then I realized it was costing me money, so I needed to make money to at least maintain the farm. So I used my, I invest in the stock market, and I know how to run a business. And you need a regular income and you need a bonus income. So regular income will come from things that generate income every day, like eggs, chicken. Chicken is profitable if there is no disease. All this is, there is no disease. By the grace of God, I'm good to have very good labor. They're very dedicated. They come on holidays and they do their work. They put their heart in. The shed has to be kept clean. The shed has to be kept clean. The cow shed has to be kept clean. The chicken shed has to be kept clean. Dirt is one of the first things of disease and virus. And most of the thing is we just keep the chickens and cows in the shed in the night. Daytime, they're out in the farm. You have to give them, not like a regular poultry farm where they're put in a cage and just injected there. The chickens are out. In the morning they are out, in the evening they automatically, they have such a behavior, they automatically, sunrise, sunset, the chicken doesn't need a clock, it doesn't need anything. The moment the sun is going to set, they'll be outside the shed. They know when to come back, when to go out. And eggs also I'm getting now, Shamik. Eggs I'm getting good eggs.
Okay. How many are you getting? How many chicken do you have now?
Now I started with 30. Then in February, I took a risk. I saw a lady on YouTube. She was like, you can make money out of chickens. Why don't you do it? So I contacted the website. There's a guy in Mysore called Mysore Natikoli.
Okay.
So he sold me chicks for 40 rupees a kilo, 40 rupees a chick. So I bought about 700 chicks in batches. First I bought 250, then I bought 250, then I bought 250. First batch I lost about 50 chicks I lost because I was not used to the maintain. There is a technique to maintain it. He sends you everything. He sends you the vaccination schedule. He sends you all that, and you need to maintain the vaccination. I mean, the drops and the tablets and all that has to be given, otherwise you lose. So once you figure out how to maintain it, and main thing is keeping the shed clean, but you also have to give those drops and those vaccination. You have to give that. Once you figure out all that, the second batch I lost only 12 chickens. Third batch also I lost about 12. So now I have about 500 chickens, out of which about I think 180 are male. And
So
I'm
these
able
are
to
not
sell
the, these
those
are not
males for
BB,
1,000
these
rupees
are
a
not the
bird.
BB 180 brown eggs. These are not that.
Yeah, these are the brown eggs.
Okay.
And because I'm selling directly to customer, I'm able to sell for 15 rupees a egg.
Got it. Got it.
And even the chickens, so far I've been able to sell at around 1,000 rupees a chicken. And I have to feed it for 6 months. After that, you should get rid of it. After that, unless it's a female, if it's a male, you have to get rid of it within 6 months, otherwise it doesn't work out. Because it costs, I have done, like I said, because I have a business background, I did all the calculation. It costs feed, it costs about 1 rupee 80 paisa a day per chicken if you have about 500 chickens. This is not including the housing of the chicken and building of the shed, and I'm talking about operational cost. Just pure operational cost. Building the shed cost money, but that I'll recover because I have so many chickens. But operational cost, it costs about 1 rupee 80 paisa. So if you have a chicken and you can sell it for 1,000 rupees. So 1 rupee 80 paisa into 180 days is about 324. If you include labor, my labor is not only for the chickens, they look after the cows, they look after everything. There's still about 60% margin in it if you.
So
But
this
the
1
main thing
rupee
is the
80
eggs.
paisa, 1
Eggs,
rupee 80
eggs are
paisa?
profitable. Eggs are profitable because these chickens, the females, at least the Natikoli man says you get about 200 eggs a year. I don't know if that is true or not. But even if you get 100 eggs a year, it's 1,500 rupees. And to feed the chicken, it will cost I mean, I let them out. I let them out, plus I feed them. But even if you feed them, it costs about 400 rupees to feed them a year.
Got it.
And
So
labor,
when you said 1 rupee 80 paisa per chicken per day, what is that? That is food cost or food plus?
no, that is just the food cost.
Okay, 1 rupee 80 paisa per day is the food cost.
Yeah.
1.8. Okay.
Yeah. That food cost, food, whatever you are providing night only. Day you are just free, that whatever.
Day
you
they are
are-
outside. Day they are outside. Nighttime I feed them.
Okay.
And this guy, this Natikoli guy is a very, very good guy. He gives you everything, like a whole manual he gives you. What to feed, when to feed, what to feed, what to drop to put when, what tablet to put when, vaccination, when to do, what to do. Twice a year they have to be given Ranicate vaccine. Ranicate vaccine is a very important vaccine for chickens. So twice a year you have to do it. One is before the monsoon and one is before the beginning of summer, that is March. So if you do that, so far I've had good success with my dairy. Chicken is still an experiment, but dairy, I can tell you, if you do it well, and I'm able, because I'm close to the city, I avoid the dairy. The dairy gives only 36 rupees a liter. It's not a bad amount, but I am buying my fodder because, like I said, I have a water problem. I don't grow my own fodder. But if you grow your own fodder, then 36 rupees is a decent rate. But if you're not growing your own fodder, then it's just marginally break even because fodder is expensive.
You
Silage is able.
You grow your own fodder?
No, I don't grow my own fodder. Now in the monsoon I grow.
Okay.
From say October to not October, sorry, from July, not July, from August to February, I'm safe. I grow the corn and I use the corn and the grass. But other than that, I buy silage. Silage, there are guys who they sell at 8 rupees a kg.
Got it.
And then I buy hay also.
Okay. One fun fact about chicken. So one papaya tree, one nutty papaya tree can actually feed 4 chickens for a year. Okay. About 120 gram of papaya if you give them per day. One chicken, that's good enough. It's actually reasonably complete food. You know, they will eat the seeds, they will eat the peel, everything. So it's better to do seed wala papaya. So you can even do that calculation also. Even that 1.8 rupees, you can reduce it
Oh, so
significantly.
they eat papaya, you can feed them papaya.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've grown papaya. I've started growing papaya now. I have about 40 trees.
Yeah.
I'll try feeding it to the chickens.
Yeah.
Sir,
So
this is a
actually the
desi-
maths is one papaya, enough food for 4 chickens for a year. So you can do your maths based on that.
Okay,
One papaya tree.
one papaya is enough food for 4 chickens for a year.
One papaya tree. One papaya tree.
Oh,
Papaya
one papaya tree. Okay, good. That's good. Then I have 40 trees. I should be able to supply 160 chickens. So that's
Yeah.
good.
And if you cultivate desi papaya, that is good. Yes, sir.
Yes, because desi papaya will have seeds. So the seeds
Yeah,
also have a lot of the fats and the oils, right? If the red lady papaya would not have seeds, so it would not have enough oily substance. So it would not be complete nutrition for them.
Okay. So this is basically what I have: Mallika Badami and Totapuri mangoes. This is my regular crop, which I get every year. One thing I will tell you, out of all these trees, the easiest to grow is sapota. No headache. And more income from sapota than mango because sapota comes thrice a year. Coconut obviously is gold. Coconut though, forget. Coconut is the best because you get 4 times the crop, and now I'm able to sell one coconut for 40 rupees. Now coconuts have reached 40 rupees. Shamik, in selling a coconut, you can sell for 40 rupees. So it's a but coconut takes a long time to yield, almost 5 years. So coconut, sapota, coconut also no disease comes, is very easy. Only thing, it takes a lot of water. Coconut take water. Mango is dicey. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't come. And lot of maintenance, spray, fungus always comes to mango in the monsoon. So
Sir, this sapota, I have a 4 years old plant. Flower coming and dropping, sir. Still, I didn't get any fruit, sapota. Anything?
4 years old plant.
Sorry, sir.
4 years old, you should get something at least, no?
Nothing, sir. Nothing. Only it dropping the flowers.
So what you should do for that is basically couple of things. You should do that Gokrupa spray just
Okay.
when flowering has happened, and then you should do that Saptya Dhannankur Kashayam. We'll teach all of that. Don't worry about that. Right. So there are some specific things that you need to do with fruit trees so that they get that additional boost when they are forming fruit. Right. And if it is falling off every time, there is also a big chance that there is a boron deficiency in your soil as well. So you should kind of check for that also.
Yes.
And the mangoes, especially after I started organic certificate farming, maybe in the 3rd year, I got this mango. The average size of my Malika mango is about half kilo. And it's got a good value in the market. But this is what I got, the highest 976 grams I got in one mango from Malika. So this is the produce of the farm. Then research material I've showed you. Then there are some photos.
You should take us through that PPT also. You have a learning.
Yeah, I'll take the PPT. Yeah. So PPT, basically the PPT is the long PPT. This is also on the website.
But take your time. I think this is very valuable.
Organic farming and natural farming briefly.
No, this is very valuable. Take your time. You have till 5:30. You can take the entire session because this is all very, very, very useful for everybody.
Okay. So now Subhash Palekar, if you ask him, he's rapidly organic farming. He calls it the big corn. He's rapidly, and I have seen organic farming. At least I did not get into it. I wanted to get into it for a long time till I got into Palekar. I was always in two minds because the pesticides in organic farming are much more expensive than chemical farming. Much more. And the way they say put so much of gobra, all that is not required. The key with natural farming is microbial activity. That is what you have to remember. Microbial activity of the soil so that it becomes live. The soil becomes live. It breathes. And all that comes with Jivamrita and mulching. Mulching is very important. If you come to my farm, I'm not taking photos of that, but let me just see if there are photos in the of the trees. Yeah, if you see this, no photo. I think it's there somewhere. All my trees have something called Ardha Chandra around them, a half moon, to collect the water. And then every leaf drop season, which starts at, I think it starts in November, the leaf drop. I gather all the leaves and I put it around the Ardha Chandra. It's a pit. I mean, if you see my...
So I'll just add something here. So basically what Ardha Chandra Dhyan is referring to is called in the permaculture world, it's called half moon berm. Okay. And we'll talk about it in tomorrow's class. But essentially the idea is semicircular and it's in the direction where water is flowing. So if the water is flowing like this, it should be perpendicular to the slope, kind of, right? If it is sloping like this, perpendicular, so that it goes and catches the water as well as some of the topsoil that is flowing along with the water.
Yeah, see, this is my farm. If you can see the photos. Every year I gather the leaves and I put it around this is the Ardha Chandra, it is gone, but I gather the leaves and I put it around and I spray Jivamrita. I give a foliar spray of Jivamrita and I also put Jivamrita drenching in the monsoon around and the winter around the leaves. So this Jivamrita, if you study, I guess Shamik is going to explain what Jivamrita is. It's a culture of cow dung urine, mainly cow dung, desi cow dung, their urine and Kadleit. What is Kadleit to Shamik?
Cowpea flower.
Ground flake flower, jaggery, and
Besan atta.
Yeah, jaggery, and then for the curd, you have to put your soil also into it. So that becomes like a growth promoter for microbial activity, and it really, really changes especially if you do mulching. You have to do mulching. Just applying Geomrita to bare earth is no use. You have to have leaf cover, and if you come to my farm, it is like this. Throughout the year, I don't plow it. I leave it like this. Even in the summer, it's a danger. Fire hazard is there, but there is something growing. Only the place where I grow the corn for my farm, there is plowed. Otherwise, it is all just left with
And
cover.
he's a lucky guy because he stays 24/7 at his farm only. Like he's there, he lives in the farm, right?
Yeah, so you can see it's all covered. It's all covered. It's all covered. Nothing is plowed except for the ragi field. If you see, everything is covered. I don't plow it. I just leave it. Any thorny weeds I pull out by hand, or I use that machine. You get kurpi to pull out the thorny where we walk. Otherwise, nature takes care of itself. Congress grass we pull, but now Congress grass is reduced a lot. Before we used to get Congress grass. Now we don't get much Congress grass. Nature has its own way of this thing. And you should have cover in the soil. Soil should be covered. And if you have Ardha Chandra and put leaves around the farm, because anyway the leaves are going to drop every winter, they're going to drop. Good way to make use of the leaves is to put it around the soil and put Jivamrita to that. That improves the yield of the soil. I will warn you, if you are a chemical farmer, in the first 2 years you will see a drop in yield. In the third year, it will stabilize. After that, it's better to be a natural farmer. First of all, disease comes down. The plant becomes more hardy, and the fruit is tastier. It's sweeter.
And your cost of inputs is much lower.
Cost of input is much lower. I have done a costing. Like natural farming is more labor intensive. But if you have permanent labor, yields may be lower than chemical method, about half, but profits are more because expenses are less. Because all I'm doing is spraying Jivamrita and neem soap. Neem soap costs money, but it's not that expensive chemical.
And if you put in if you get sometimes more extra labor, you can prepare your own Neemastram also.
Neem astra also you can prepare if you have neem trees or custard apple. There's something called dashparni with custard apple and guava and papaya.
People don't worry about this. We are going to teach you all of these formulas in subsequent classes.
So now the past history of natural farming. Now I am basically from Coorg, and my grandfather was a farmer. He had oranges.
One second, Dhyan. I think Vinay has raised his hand, so he might have a question in the previous topic. Yeah.
Hey, Dan. It's nice to see your farm in pictures as well. So, one question: you said that you hardly plow or dig up or disturb the soil anymore. Is it true for all the vegetable crops as well, or
no? Vegetable crops. I'm talking about the horticultural crops. Vegetable crops, you have to plow it and you have to. But mulching is done for the vegetable crops also. I do mulching. I've done plastic mulching, and now I'm doing natural mulching with leaves.
Right.
Because plastic mulching is a very artificial method. Nutrition doesn't go into the.
Right.
Nutrition doesn't go in. It controls weeds, but nutrition is less. So now I remove the plastic mulching and I put leaves for my vegetable crops.
Yeah, understood. Because in many of the natural farming videos, I have seen that they do not specify whether they do the plowing or no. I think they avoid it, but I think in vegetable you cannot.
No, vegetable you cannot. Vegetable you have to plow because the soil has to be soft to plant the seeds and all. You have to plow it, and also for vegetables you have to do it. And even when you grow corn, I grow corn, I grow ragi. You have to plow to sprinkle the seeds.
Right.
But for horticultural crops, it's not required. Like mango, go around that area. It actually is better if you don't plow it because the rainwater absorption capacity is more. If you have cover vegetation, you will automatically see the water table in your farm increase.
Right.
Because
understood.
instead of the rain just flowing down, the vegetation holds the rain. If you plowed it, the topsoil gets washed away. Am I right,
Yeah,
Shamik?
understood.
Yep, absolutely. Now, for vegetables, also it depends on how you are doing farming, because if you are going to do raised bed, and if you are going to do that method of farming where you are sowing every week and you are harvesting every week, then there are various ways where you'll just keep on loosening the soil with hand tools or some very low intensity tools on the
Yeah,
raised bed.
raised bed, and you just dig up the soil.
Then you don't need to plow anymore once you have
Yeah,
set
you
the
don't
bed
need to
once.
plow. I mean, it depends on how you do it, but people suggest raised bed. But for that also, first time you have to plow the soil.
Yes, first time you
Even
have.
for raised bed, you have to plow the soil because the soil has to become loose.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
for
Understood.
I
Yeah.
would suggest raised bed cultivation. It's a much better method. Even if you go to organic Mandya classes, they suggest raised bed. Raised bed, I have attended is organic Mandya classes, which is where I have learned about multi-layer farming. Even Subhash Parekar talks about multi-layer farming. And I think it is possible even with vegetables to get a regular. Main thing is marketing. In all this I'm talking like a king because my market is assured. I have got a WhatsApp group. I have got customers. I have a Zoho books also now to maintain my customers. I have about 60 regular customers. That's enough. I don't want to become organic Monday. I just want to maintain my farm. That's it.
Right.
So I'm happy. I last year I made about 14 lakhs. This year I'll make about 18 lakhs.
Nice.
It's not.
Nice.
It's
So it's
not
growing
enough
as
to.
well.
Pardon?
It's growing also.
It's growing, yeah, because I've added poultry. Even though mushrooms have gone, poultry is there, vegetables is there.
Yeah.
So it's not enough to maintain the farm, but because I have a lot of labor, but it's enough to break even. At least the labor expenses are taken care of. And if you do it seriously, I mean, if you do it really ruthlessly, because I don't like to fire the labor I hire, but there are people who do that daily wage and do that. You can definitely, but that does not motivate the labor. That's what I've noticed. Now my labor is attached to the farm. They treat it like their own. They come on vacation.
Yeah, so I think Dhyan has gone ahead and you have bought a flat for one of your labor or something like that.
I've invested in shares for him. It's
Yeah.
become a good amount.
Uh,
And they are my long-term labor. They have been with me 20 years.
yeah.
So I'm going to buy them a site. I've promised them a site. The money is already there, but it has to appreciate some more. So labor is very important because if you don't have somebody to maintain it, then you can only do about half an acre because how much can one man do? I mean, that guy or me organics, he does everything himself, right?
Yeah.
But that is, I don't know if he's doing it out of passion or if he's got an alternate source of income. It's very difficult to make farming into a modern Indian scenario. At least India, we are blessed. At least there are no regulations like America. America, you are regulated. You need a permit to sell your milk also.
Right.
My milk
right.
will be banned in America. I can't sell it.
Yeah. Because you can't sell, I think, raw milk.
You
It's
can't
very
sell
difficult
raw
to
milk
sell, right?
in
You can't sell
America.
raw milk. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's get back to your history of natural farming. Sorry for.
So this is the history of natural farming. I was always fascinated about the stories my father used to say about my grandfather, that he retired. By the time he was 40, he retired. He made all his money from sheep. He bought a few sheep and it became so many sheep that he built his house. That house lasted 100 years. And he was able to educate his children and he bought so much silver and there's so many stories about him. So I was always fascinated. And he was a really great guy, my grandfather. And he was basically a farmer. He didn't do anything else except farming. Then once he retired, he got into politics and he became the pradhan of the village. And he was we have a lot of paddy fields in Coorg. Coorg, as you know, is the most blessed land in this country. It's the home of the Kaveri. Our land is next to Kaveri. So we have paddy fields and we still grow paddy. And we grow it not out of irrigation, but just out of flood water, this thing. So here, now, past history of natural farming. if you read Twitter, you will see farming has failed in America. It is the latest crisis in America. Farming is failing. There are going to be food riots in America. There's going to be civil war in America because the corporates are trying to take over land. And they are making farming a business. I mean, they basically want everything to be controlled. Whereas India is the last major country with farming still in our thing. And this wretched government, all wretched governments, not only BJP, Congress, everybody are out to kill this. Whereas if you, I have written two books, I've written two books and I'm trying to actively promote I have a website, I have a Twitter account. And this book is, it's a book about the Arya Dharma, about how we were rich and how we should return. Because this method of capitalism and democracy is all bullshit. It was a colonist Western ideal involved just to promote a few capitalists and a few minority of this world. It does not really work in. Why did people come to India in the first place? You ask me, why did these Britishers come running to India? Because we were the richest country in the world. Why did Alexander coming to running to India? We were the richest country in the world. Did we have IT coolie parks? Did we have steel mines? Did we have gold mines? Did we have all this rubbish? We had just farming. If you see the greatest works of Indian architecture, they were all built out of farming. All the temples we built, if you study the history of my book, I've written the book. Yeah, it's there, free PDF download. Everything, even Magadha, the wealth of Magadha, the wealth of the Cholas, the wealth of the Vijayanagar Empire, the wealth of the Guptas, that all came from a solid base of farming. Solid base of farming, and more than farming, it was something called decentralized capitalism. Not this crony capitalism. Every village was a republic. The king was there. Yes, there was a king, but every village was a republic. If you go to Madras, if you're on your way to Mahabalipuram, there is a place called Samcharita where they have antique houses. It's a very good place to see. I think it's on the road to Manipur. I think it's called Samcharita. I forgot the name. And you should go see a weaver's house of those days, you know. Before we had all these textile mills, how weavers lived. They lived like kings. Farmers lived like kings. Just a weaver had such a big house. And the British came. I have written on my website. If you do my Twitter account, you'll see all this, what they have done. They came, they chopped off our weavers' fingers. They brought mass textile mills and all this. There's no use. Why benefit few people? What do they do with the money? They buy yachts. They buy private jets. They have 700 crore weddings. How does the common man benefit? If we had all the weavers living like the kings in those days, we would have had no poverty in India. And this land would have been green. I mean, it would have been up to the colonists came, it was all farmland, and even until liberalization, which is again a scam. It was a scam. Yes, I have benefited. I will tell you, I have benefited from the stock market. I make my money from the stock market, but liberalization was not done properly. It was made the benefit, only few people benefited from it. Now also you see in India, in Bangalore especially, IT is failing. IT is going to fail in a big way. The economy is going to collapse. In the next 2 years, there's going to be a worldwide depression. Geeta Gopinath also has written about it. She's an economist in World Bank, and she's almost Raghuram Rajan's contemporary. All South Indians have those brains. And she's saying there's going to be a crash, and still people are taking over farmlands. DK Shivkumar is a land mafia don. Whatever he's doing is for land mafia don activities. He's not bothered about IT corridor, nothing. He just wants to make real estate. But they want to take farmlands, they want to make business corridor. Already we have seen what has happened to our business corridor in Electronic City and Whitefield. I mean, why do you want the whole of Bangalore to become like Electronic City and Whitefield? Let it be like how it was for the last 500 years. It will be a much better place. And that is a proven method. This method has not even lasted 20 years and it's going to fail. Karma is I always tell karma pays back with Seppings Road pawnbreaker interest. For those of you all Bangalore boys, you'll know what a Seppings Road pawnbreaker charges. So it is going to hit very badly. This whole IT boom is going to collapse. Once the dollar falls, dollar will fall in the next 2 years, dollar will become 30 rupees and everything, the whole circus will end. Already there's a liquidity crisis in the market. If you ask any trader, I have friends in frontline retail, they're all taking loans from me to support they are not able to sell shirts in Diwali, this Diwali, you know. Can you imagine? Top guys, Van Heusen showroom, Peter England showroom, they're not able to sell shirts. Forget gold and people, at least for Diwali, you go and buy new. I'm a lazy bum. All my shirts are old. But usually people buy clothes and everybody's suffering. Forget about the industrialists. Even regular, if you ask people in the market, if you have friends in retail, it's a bad situation this year. And next year it's going to get much worse. Once the economy of the US collapses, it's already happened. Last week there was a crypto crash. And these are all haramis. That's why I say this capitalism method should really end. Something should happen. It should implode and burn them for what they have done.
But then
And
stock
let's not
markets
get
will
in.
also go. Then stock
Pardon?
markets will also go. Then stock markets will also go.
Stock market will go, but my income doesn't depend on the stock market. It depends on shares that are very stable.
Okay.
I've invested in real businesses and I'm not a speculator. I invest and keep and slowly I sell, slowly. My shares have not gone up much. They've not gone down much.
Got it.
So I'm not bothered much. But market will definitely fall. Go. I have invested in silver also. So I'm okay. Plus, I'm very careful. I don't spend money. I don't have big cars. I don't wear fancy clothes. These are all ordinary clothes. So anyway, this is what this thing is very critical. India is a case study, and it will be proven when the economy collapses. India will remain untouched because still 60% of our people are in farming. IT boom will go to the dogs. Industrial Adani will go to the dogs, but the farmers will keep India running.
Ultimately, food is required, no, sir, to live.
No, food is most required, sir. How
Yeah,
can you
yeah.
compromise? You have
Yeah.
AI data center. What will you do? Will you eat chat GPT? You need rice, you need chicken, you need milk, you need greens, you need palak. What will I do with
Absolute.
chat GPT? I didn't have chat GPT all these years. If it doesn't come also, I'm happy. I don't need it. Actually, I'm scared for my son. He'll become so lazy. Already this generation of my son is a student. Google, anything. That too is so lazy, he doesn't type, he'll talk into Google. Now my wife is quite she's a celebrity in her own way in breast cancer. So my son asks, how do I come on TV like my mother? He asks Google, and Google instead of asking his mother, how do you come? She's not bothered about TV. She comes because she has studied hard, because she has reached a certain level. But this generation has become like that.
Yes, yes.
Everything has become, instead of asking his mother,
Yes.
how did you become so famous that you come on TV? He's asking Google, how do I come on TV like my mother? Can you imagine what has happened to this generation? What will happen? So I pull that TV from myself. Why do you ask Google? Go ask your mother. Ask
It is
me.
like a balloon, sir. It is like a balloon. So some or other day it will burst.
No, sir, it's dangerous. We should actually, if you ask me, all these billionaire harami, Steve Jobs never had an iPhone. Even I should take off my iPhone from my. I don't have iPhone. I have ordinary phone. But you should not give expose your children to all this social media and this Google and anything they ask Google. Homework, teacher will give homework to do. Ask Google. We had to go to the library, we had to go to so many newspapers, we had to pull out cuttings, nothing. Ask Google, cut and paste right from Google. I mean, this has become such a lazy generation. It's scary what that is with Google. Once AI comes, I don't know what else will happen. They will write their homework.
Things will be different.
Yeah. So anyway, let's not get into that. Let's get right into farming. So basically, past history of natural farming. This is an American philosopher who has written, agriculture not only gives riches to a nation, it is the only riches she can call her own. which is absolutely true, and which is why India is the most blessed country in the world since millenniums. Now we have spoilt it, but agriculture is the only riches which you can call your own. You produce it, you consume it. And even during the times of my grandfather, I told you my grandfather was a farmer. He had 7 children, 5 were males, all the males were educated. Females, obviously, those days, the females were smart. They finished third form. Third form is 8th standard. But after that, those days, even nowadays it is there, but those days they were married off. But my father also was, he was the youngest child, and he was also a graduate, just from paddy and oranges. My grandfather was not a businessman, but my father also was a graduate, and he joined the military, and he did very well for himself. And even my aunt's family, my aunt who was married off, she stayed just across the river. She also was a paddy farmer. Her children also have done very well. All of them are graduates. She had 4 sons and two daughters. All of them are graduates. Her father was her husband was a teacher. Yes, he had a government salary. Yes, he won the national award for a headmaster and all. He had a government salary, but between the government salary and the farm, they managed to educate all their children, and they built a very good house. Those houses are still there. There were fish and crabs in rice fields, and birds and snakes were plenty. Now Coorg has been ruined. Now in modern times, farming has become the most miserable and loss-making population, because main thing is the middlemen and traders. They really, and it is by the government. They want people to get out of their farms. They want to take over their lands. They want to give it to the capitalists. They want the farmers to become cheap manual labor to come and work in the factories. It's all a big scam which will end by 2027-28. This whole scam will end, and farming will come back. Hopefully. And obviously, in ignorance of proper marketing channels, people are happy. So I'm lucky to stay in the city, but I've seen even in Coorg, people just sell to whoever comes to their farm. They don't bother to take it to the mandi also. So a lot of people come to the farm, even if butterfruit is selling at 40 rupees in the mandi. If somebody comes to the farm, I'll pay you 15 rupees. Okay, take it. And that fellow will just load it on a truck, take it to the mandi and sell it. So people also are helpless, or maybe they don't want to put in effort. Then one thing is this over-reliance on chemical seeds, chemical fertilizer, and pesticides. Like I have said, the more money you spend, the more money you make in chemical farming. Yes, that is true. You spend more money, you make more money. But in the end, it's a loss-making. It's a loss to the soil. It's a huge loss. It poisons the soil. It poisons your trees. Your trees become dependent on chemicals if you don't spray immediately. Whereas if you follow natural farming, your trees, just like a human being. I have 3 doctors in my family. I have 3 doctors in my family, all allopathic doctors. Every month I travel 23 kilometers to an Ayurvedic doctor. I don't go to anybody. My wife is a doctor. I don't go to her. And I'm much better. All my parameters are low. I just have to lose weight because I don't know why I'm losing weight now, but otherwise I don't have BP, I don't have sugar, I don't have anything. I don't believe in allopathic medicine. Natural methods are better. It takes time, and obviously you should have discipline. You should have discipline. You should eat in moderation. Same thing applies to farming also. You should have discipline. You should not expect from 1 acre, oh, I make so much. Whatever the capacity of the plant to give you, it will give you. Yes, you put gobra, yes, you put jivamrita, yes, it will give you more. But it's not like chemical farming. You put more spray and you get more, and then when you stop spray, everything falls. So natural farming is like natural living. It costs less to maintain, but in the long run, everything benefits. The soil benefits, which is the most important. Your water table improves, which is very important. Your crops improve. Your immunity of your plants improve. And if you are organic certified, like I told you, you will get a premium in the market. Especially, I can connect you, at least if you are around Bangalore or if you know people. Shamik is there. I know 2, 3 other people. I can connect you to them. They will buy. They will buy. If you have the certificate, they will buy. And if you are a big farmer, you can get APIDA. APIDA has a website. I know some guys in APIDA also contact me. I can send you their numbers. So in the long run, it takes more time. Chemical farming, I mean, you just spray and it's like living day to day, and organic farming is living year to year. So it takes more time, but in the long run, it's more sustainable. And like I told you, you should have a diversified income. You should have a regular income, and you should have a income, long-term income.
Yeah, so this is also actually another important perspective, which is so one is growing diverse things, but the continuous income part is also an interesting angle, right? So many farmers would tell us, that when I'm doing my crop planning, I want to plant crops or I want to do stuff which will give me weekly income, some other crops which will give me monthly income, some other things which will give me yearly income, right? So, and some other crops which will give me once in 3, 4 years also, right? That's a mental model that many successful farmers have, that the frequency of cash coming in, I'll have different things which give me at different frequencies.
Yes, that's important. And main thing is securing your water, like I said, because without water, you can't do any farming. You have need water. So then labor is a shortage now with all the Anna Bhagya, Shadi Bhagya, this Bhagya, that Bhagya. People are not willing to work, or they want Zepto driver, or they want Swiggy driver. Not many people are willing to come in to do agricultural work. Shortage of labor is there. Most of the labor in Coorg already has become extinct. All the laborers, they say they are Assamese, but they're all Bangladeshis. But they get Aadhaar card and they come. So Coorg is now filled with Bangladeshi labor. Even in Bangalore, it is very difficult to get labor. Luckily, I'm blessed to have a labor I'm managing. And relatively expensive labor compared to the sale of the crop, which is what is the problem. If you sell retail, the price is going up. But if you sell as a farmer, the price stays the same every year. I've noticed this. Even if the price goes up in retail, the farmer's price stays the same. It's all because of, luckily I am able to avoid that because I sell directly to customers. But otherwise, farming is very difficult. Luckily in Coorg, because people are growing paddy and coffee has gone, it's a globally traded commodity. This year coffee has gone up, paddy also has gone up. But otherwise, if you're growing vegetables, if you take it to the mandi, it's all dependent on the mandi merchants, and they all have a cartel. They all make sure the price you get is only so much. Even if the Reliance is selling it so much, what you will get
Like
is
if you
probably
see
30% of the value.
makhana or foxnuts has become now a very globally successful commodity, right? If you go to any quick commerce,
Yeah, makhana,
20
but the
different,
farmer hardly gets anything.
but the makhana farmers are still super poor, ultra poor actually. Each of the makhana farmers, and you know how makhana farming happens. They have to dive into the pond.
Yeah.
And they have to get that foxnut thing out, right? That plant they'll have to get out. And so it's a very, very labor intensive process. You have seen how makhana prices are now, because it's now considered like a superfood, very low GI, high protein, etc. All of that stuff. But the benefits is not trickling down to the lower. The benefits are going to the D2C companies who are creating branded roasted makhana. It's also going to companies like Dhyan. Dhyan one of the founders is actually my neighbor. But yeah, they have become a $1 billion company selling all of this makhana, which is great. But things are not trickling down to the end guy, that guy he's still living on 6,000, 7,000 rupees per month.
No, this is not only makhana farmers, even mango farmers. It made headlines in the papers recently when the mango crop came. There was a surplus of mangoes. People are selling at 20 rupees in the mandi. 20 rupees. Can you imagine? Tomatoes are going for 3 rupees. Onions are going for 4 rupees. And if you go to Reliance, you're still paying 80 rupees minimum. Nothing less than 80 rupees in any vegetable shop. So where is that money going? Somebody is taking farmer is not getting it. And farmer is the main guy. Without them, Reliance would not exist or any mandi merchant would not exist. But we need to have an MSP. We should have an MSP. The only reason I got into dairy was because there is an MSP. I will tell you this confidently. Anything, even if my customers go away, 36 rupees is assured for me. I can go to the dairy, they will buy. I'm not such a big dairy farmer, 1,000 liters and all, but whatever I produce, I am able to sell. So that MSP, that benchmark, that guarantee that if I produce, I will be able to sell at a minimum price. It's very, very helpful for a farmer. Anything, any business except for farming, any business there's a gap. You will never find a Maruti Swift also selling less than 1 lakh. Even Nano, they said 1 lakh, but they made 2 lakhs. So any business, there is a minimum price of profit, minimum cost of production plus profit, which is how a business should be run. But in farming, that is not there. Cost of production is not even looked into. It is just market driven. I mean, that's ridiculous. How can farming is the foundation of all industry. If you don't have food to eat, how will you survive? So farming should be made profitable first. Like I've written here, if an extremely perishable commodity like milk is an extremely, for those of you who are milk farmers, 4 hours is all you have. Even though I say mushroom is perishable, I'm confident about milk because I'm able to supply it to the dairy. I'm not bothered. But mushroom, if there was a mushroom FPO, if there was a mushroom dairy, I would have made mushroom. Even also, I would have invested, I would have taken the risk. But milk, even though it's an extremely perishable commodity, Amul is there, Nandini is there, they are all making profits. Why can't we have it for horticultural crops? Why can't we have it for other crops? It's just a mental thing on the government. They will put 500 crores in an AI data center, which will not even last, but they won't put 50 crores in a mango processing plant to compete
Like
with
some of
Chittoor.
these have happened in smaller ways. For example, Campco. Many of you might remember Campco chocolates, right? 20 years back, they used to sell their own chocolates as well. But Campco is basically it's the cooperative of arecanut and cocoa farmers, right? Near Mangalore,
Yeah,
that side. And
right.
actually, Varanasi farms, they sell on Farmizen as well. Their farm, their family was basically the one who started that whole cooperative. So I think there are a lot of models. It does not have to be a government. It can be also driven by private folks coming together and creating those, right?
No, when private people get involved, it's only in a small scale. Now, to build an Amul, without Sardar Patel coming in, Amul would not have even existed. It was Sardar Patel's instruction to Kurian, you start something, and Kurian got the backing and he made a success out of it. But I mean, why if the government can spend 27,000 crores on a tunnel road and 27,000 crores on a Bangalore business corridor, why can't they divert that money into farming? They'll make much more returns. Just speculation, real estate speculation is killing. And then let's not forget all that. So the stalwarts of natural farming, all this presentation is there in my this thing. The fellow who gained worldwide farm was Masunobu Fukuoka. But we have our own guy called Bhaskar Save. His book is there in Amazon. Please buy it. Read it. It's better than Fukuoka's book. And there is also Narayan Reddy, whose YouTube, those of you who understand Kannada, Narayan Reddy and Akash Chaurasya also. Akash Chaurasya is in his 30s. And he won award from PM also. Now this organic Mandya is coming and producing, but I have my own doubts about him. He's more of a talker, I think, but these guys work silently. Akash Chaurasya is a proven farmer. He is definitely worth checking out Akash Chaurasya. Narayan Reddy is there on YouTube. Bhaskar Save's book. Bhaskar Save is not many videos, but his book is good. Subhash Palekar, to everybody knows. If you are attending this class, you would have learnt about Subhash
Actually,
Palekar.
Akash
Actually,
Chaurasya, we are
Subhash
planning
Palekar
to
was a
Akash
student of
Chaurasya, we are
Bhaskar
planning to
Save.
get him into Farmizen Academy. I'm going to
Subhash
reach out.
Palekar.
No, Akash Chaurasya. Let's see.
Get him. He's worth it. He's really a genius. He's really a genius. Brilliant guy, young guy, brilliant, really brilliant. And Subhash Palekar was a student of Bhaskar Save, and then he invented it. And Akash Chaurasa, I think, is even better than Subhash Palekar because he's got his own model farm which he is worked, and he's got PM award also. And this is the number of this thing. Akash Chaurasa's WhatsApp number is here. So you can WhatsApp them. Akash Chaurasa was quite a responsive guy. Amit Palekar also is quite a responsive guy. They may not pick up your phone calls, but they will. But Subhash Palekar's books are worth buying. And he has changed the format of his books. Get the PDF of his old original books. That there's no longer in print. Now print he has got some other books, but get his original books. Then Vandana Shiva also is a very, very knowledgeable lady. She's a quantum physicist, and she's also quite good. And now the key components of natural farming. Using cow paste. Now, when they say cow paste, some people, I know one guy called, who started the Jaivik Society in Lal Bagh. He says it doesn't make a difference whether you use a Desi cow or a HF cow, but it does make a difference. I think you should use Desi cows for a simple reason that Shamik will explain better the intestine. What is that, Shamik? Desi cows,
Yeah, so
why is
basically
it
it's very
better?
simple. I think so. The first thing is, whatever cow you have, right? Unless you give it proper food, if you give it feed, their dung will not have a lot of microbes. That's
Yeah,
number
feed
one.
is important.
So
Feed is
even Desi
important.
cow, if you give it bad feed, it will also produce bad dung.
Correct.
Now,
Yes, exactly.
But if you are giving good feed, then between Desi cow and Jersey Holstein, the main difference is that Desi cow, the intestine is much longer, right? So because of that, there are much more number of bacteria who are able to live in that intestine. So you see a much wider diversity of organisms in there in cow dung from Desi cows, right? So it's a very scientific reason. There other people talk about, the hump on their back, getting sunlight. I don't see much scientific backing for that. But for this, there is scientific backing that the intestine is simply longer.
Yeah, intestine is longer.
Yeah.
And
So
one more
Desi
thing,
cow,
sir, what we feed, that what will give that will give output.
Yeah.
That kind of.
yeah, feed is important. Feed is important. My cows, I only feed hay and corn silage. I don't give cattle feed much. Very little cattle feed. Mainly silage and grazing in the farm and hay. And feed is important. Giving all this cattle feed and busa, you should minimize. It's required, but it's not the whole feed. Because you can make out when you have a cow, if you give it commercial feed, the dung is very slurry-ish. And if you give it fiber-rich feed, then the dung becomes solid. And urine,
Yeah,
so I
see,
don't.
fiber is the food of bacteria, right? That's why
Right.
even we are also asked to eat more fiber so that we have more gut bacteria. So it's the same thing.
Right.
It depends. It's not just the breed, but what food you give. So even for Jersey Holstein, if you give them good food, you will get decently good quality dung, but the bacterial load is more in case of Desi. So just that to keep in mind.
Yes. So the main aim of all this is to increase the carbon content of the soil. Now, carbon content is like RBC, red blood cells. If you have a healthy soil, there will be earthworms in it, and the earthworms will use their excrement, and that will also improve the. There is good feed to the plant. It's just like eating good food. You can't eat biryani every day. You need dal, chawal, meat, eggs, fish, milk. So increasing the carbon content assures that you have good nutrition to the plant. That will improve the water quality, water retention capacity, water will go up in the water table, immunity of the plant will improve. Yes, I told you if you are a chemical farmer, in the first 2 years, you will see a drop of yield. But after the third year, it will come back to about 70%. But the expenses will be minimum because what are you using this cost? Yes, labor is intensive. This is all assuming you have labor because, as you know, you have to prepare Jivamrita, you have to prepare sour buttermilk. All that takes labor. It's not easy. So this misnomer, even Subhash Palekar changed his name of zero budget to spiritual natural farming now. It's not zero budget. It takes effort. But compared to chemical method, it is much cheaper. So what is the key components of natural farming? Increase the carbon content. Mulching and live cover, like I've shown you. Mulching and live cover throughout the year, adding microbial power promoters like Jivamrita. Keep your soil covered at all times. No clean weeding or plowing either. Use benefit of weeds. Weeds also provide armor to the soil. They are protecting what you have destroyed, your soil. It becomes gobra. The plant becomes gobra. The water improves retains the moisture. The roots of the weeds help aerate your soil. So it's important to have live cover. Get a soil. You don't have to get a soil analysis done every year. That is not required. Once in 3 years, if you get also is enough. 3 or 4, I don't know when I will reach, but I've reached 1.5%. I can show you this thing. 1.5% also is a very, very... 1 minute, let me just take this call. 1 minute. Hello? When are you coming? Monday you come. Monday you come. Okay. So 3 or 4%, I have not known any. Do you know anybody, Shamik, who has reached 3 or 4%?
Yes, yes, yes. Several. And in fact, there's one inside Bangalore. You should go to his farm sometime. Anil Kapoor's farm, Lifeboat Organic Farm. I think
Yeah, I'll go
5%.
and see.
5%.
Wow.
I think you are great, sir. You have reached 0.3 to 1.5, correct? You are
I've
great
reached
farm.
1.5. Yeah, I've reached 1.5 now. But
So
I
as
don't
I
know.
said, I mean, I think in the initial
No,
class
see,
itself,
one beauty of my farm is completely rain fed. If I had irrigation, I would have had about 3% by now. But because I'm only rain fed, all my mango trees are rain fed. I don't water them. When the rain stops, that's it. I don't put any water. It's just a natural moisture in the soil. No,
see,
even my
how does
coconut
carbon get added?
coconut trees I
Finally,
don't water.
photosynthesis, fixing of carbon dioxide, that goes into the soil as mulch. So if you have more water, then photosynthesis activity will also be larger, right? There will be more vegetative growth. So thereby more biomass will get added, right? So
Yeah.
that's why
So
that's the
if you
relation
have
between
irrigation, you
water
can
and
definitely
carbon
reach
content.
2% plus. But I don't water any of my plants in the summer. I don't water any of my plants in the spring or winter. All rain fed. Whatever I'm growing is rain fed. And yes, the young plants I water. I will admit the plants I'm growing I water. But once they have reached about 7 years, I don't water them anymore. They just survive.
And the best part is once your organic carbon content increases, it not only helps microbial activity, growth, everything, but it also helps in water retention. So it retains more water. The soil is able to store more water in a proper way as well.
Yes. And you will see less pests and disease attacks. You will see less Congress grass. Congress grass, so very little we have in our farm. Very, very little. Before it used to be filled before I followed Palekar's method, we would plow all the road. We would clear the whole road. We would plow it every year. We would spend so much money on plowing it. All that has stopped. Congress grass has gone down. Yes, the weeds that come, weeds are there, but they are healthy weeds. They help promote soil health. They help promote. There are some thorny weeds, but that is manageable. So this is the thing. What is the pest control? Pest control is regular foliar spray. You can use Jivamrita, Sa buttermilk, neem soap, neem oil, pangemia soap. I've just written what I use. Otherwise, if you follow Palakar's method, you can prepare neem astra. You can prepare from green chilies, garlic, tobacco leaves. You can prepare a thing from that.
So
There
all
are
the
so many,
details, don't worry about it. We will have separate classes where we will talk about all the
and then
process.
I also use pheromone traps. These also are very, very useful, especially for mango. Pheromone traps are a really modern miracle. The way they work is amazing. They just attract, you just put them a small wood piece. I don't know how they make that, what they do, and put them in a box, and all the flies automatically come and get trapped in the box, and you avoid fruit fly infestation. It's very useful for mango. Fruit flies are controlled a great deal with the pheromone traps and sticky paper. Then when you're planting, you need neem cake and trichoderma for soil pathogens. basic things. So success stories, organic farming, Andhra Pradesh, Chandrababu Naidu is promoting it in a big way, and is set to become India's. Chandrababu Naidu is quite a progressive guy, and I hope he succeeds. Sikkim is already the first organic state in India. I've been to Sikkim. It's really, Sikkim is heaven on earth, other than Coorg. Coorg was spoilt now with all the resorts and all that coming. It's gone to the dogs and all the chemical farming happening in Coorg. But Sikkim is really heaven on earth. If you go to Sikkim, it's a different world. It's
And by the
really
way, so
beautiful.
Sikkim wants to attract a lot of nomadic freelancers now, right? So, like for example, Estonia, etc. Some of these countries, they are making it easy for people who are, individual. Let's say you are a programmer or you are a graphic designer, etc. You could live anywhere and you could work. So Sikkim is actually trying to make that inside India. So that's a very interesting thing that I heard, because if that happens, I'll run Farmizen by living in Sikkim.
No,
Great
but Sikkim doesn't allow outsiders to buy land.
Yeah, so you can't buy land, but basically you can stay there, and they're making sure that the internet connectivity is there. They're doing some things. I think they're creating a nomad village.
Okay.
So good
acha.
vision, sir. We have a long vision.
So my personal experience in my farm, I've been practicing natural farming since 2015. My soil health has greatly improved. One more benefit of cows is they are natural lawnmowers. They eat the weeds. They keep control the weed growth. Then automatically I don't have to do much on weeding because my cows eat my weeds. So that is a very good benefit. You can have sheep also. If you can't afford to have cows, cows are high maintenance. Sheep also is quite profitable. Sheep also is very dicey, even though it's called the poor man's ATM. Selling sheep, especially if you have a lot of sheep, is very difficult because one thing is you can sell it at Bakrid, but people buy only male sheep at that time. And female sheep always go at a lower premium than male sheep. And but you can make money out of sheep also, but cows definitely are better, more income generating than sheep. Now my yields about 1.5 ton per mango plantation. I'm selling at 80 rupees. And my material expense, not labor, material is about 5,000 to 7,000 per year per acre. So you can see what is the profit I make. 1.5 tons into 80, about 1 lakh per acre I make, and I spend about 7,000 on the material. Labor, of course, I have for everything. My labor is fixed for chickens, cows, sheep, chickens, cows, mushrooms, maintaining the farm, weeding, mulching, everything is the same labor. Pest control is done by natural methods. Sour buttermilk is a very, very good fungicide. Actually, it is better than Bodo. If you ask me, it is much better than Bodo. It works much better effectively, and it's less toxic, and it's good. Then I have a shade net. I used to grow only lettuce and strawberry. Now I stopped that. I've just gone to beans and greens because my customers are there. It's less headache, easier to sell. And so it's better to grow instead of growing all this fancy stuff and struggling for a market. Now I'm just doing beans, greens, and tomatoes and okra and gourds. I don't make as much money as lettuce and strawberry, but it's enough. I can make enough to support the farm. And I've also started mushroom. Mushroom I'll start next year. Let's see. Mushroom is very, very hard work. It's not easy. It's hard work. It's hard work. If you have limited labor, limited resources, I would suggest you get into milk and eggs. Mushrooms is hard work, especially marketing of mushrooms. Marketing of mushrooms is really tough. I've listed in Organic India Mart and Agriculture Information, but I've not got anything from them. Shamik I met through a conference, and Bhumi I met again. I don't know how, and I met two more other people. Then I also supply to local vegetable stores, whatever surplus I have. And my main thing is my WhatsApp group of my farmers. See, that is the attraction with milk. If you supply milk to a customer, he becomes a customer for life. You can supply him anything. You can supply him eggs, you can supply him vegetables. Milk is like a, what do I say, honey trap.
Yeah, it
Once you
basically
get,
keeps the customer sticky with you,
it
right?
keeps, yeah,
I
it
mean,
keeps
I
the
mean,
customer
this
sticky.
is really, really. I mean, hear this literally thousands of times. People who have done D2C as a direct to farm, people who use milk as an anchor find it much more easier to retain customers all throughout the year, and they have a steady business. So, although
Only thing with milk is the shed should be clean and the cow should be maintained. Regular vaccine should be given and feeding should be given, and you should never keep the cow under stress. I saw a YouTube video recently about how they keep cows in dairies. I don't know, I was shocked to see that video. The way they are keeping the cows in dairies is horrible. They just keep them locked all the time. Did you see that video, Shamik? It was going viral in
no, I have not seen it.
YouTube.
No, I have
They,
not.
they keep them locked to the shed and they keep the dead bodies of the calf next to the cow. It's crazy video. It was going viral. I mean, you should never keep a cow under stress. It is causes it. First of all, it's bad karma. It is
Yeah,
very
yeah.
bad karma.
It's.
Cow is
I mean,
goma. I'm very spiritual that way. I believe cow is gomata. I don't eat beef. I don't. And so definitely, you should never keep any animal under stress.
yeah,
It will only cause disease and bad yield.
certainly. Veena, you have a question? You have raised your hand.
Not a question, but since he was talking about mushroom, I live in an area where it's called the mushroom capital of the world. It's called Kennett Square. So that's the area where they grow most mushroom in the whole US.
Where is this? Where is this?
It's in Pennsylvania. It's called
Oh,
Kennett.
America. Okay. You're in
Yeah,
America.
yes, yes.
Oh, you're attending. What time is it there now?
It's 8:21 morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called Kennett Square, and it's like it's the mushroom capital of the world. We I went there to study some how they grow mushroom and such. So if you are interested, we can sync up offline and we can see what we can do.
No, my main problem with growing mushrooms is, see, that is industrial growing of mushrooms. Those mushrooms are actually poison. Kurade is here in India. Kurade also has become a very big, any shop you go, Kurade's mushrooms is there. But if you see how he grows mushrooms, you will never eat button mushrooms. It's all chemical. What we grow is from straw. We boil the straw. You can't grow industrialization in this method of oyster
Right.
mushrooms. That's why we sell at a premium, but it's very difficult work.
Yeah,
How-
I think we have like I think I visited the farms here. What I was trying to say is they have like all different scales at different scale. Like the when you straw, right? They boil the straw. They have a boiler where they boil it. They inoculate it, and then they grow it in that way as well. I
Okay.
don't know how that is done in India, but at least here. You will find like different kinds, both natural as well as
I see.
chemical.
No, button mushrooms are an industrial product. They are not actually
Right.
farming.
Right.
Button mushrooms, there's a lot of
Right.
chemical. See, mushrooms, you don't know unless you see it. They say sterilize the mushroom. Now, how do you sterilize the mushroom? The easiest method is to dip it in formalin and say sterilize, which is what many people do, mushroom farmers, which is actually poison. You're actually poisoning a person doing that.
And
But
especially
boiling
because
takes time.
mushrooms are actually, they absorb a lot. So that's
Yeah.
why you should
Yeah.
never wash mushrooms in like by dipping it in water. You should take a wet napkin and clean it because mushrooms absorb. It's like a sponge, right? So then all these people who dip it in formalin to clean it, I mean, or to sterilize it,
Yeah.
I mean, it's really dangerous. It's much more dangerous
Yeah.
than vegetables and sprays, right? So
Yeah.
No, but America will be regulated. They'll have regular
yeah.
inspections and
Yeah, I
all.
mean, like as I was saying, right? I was not mainly talking about button mushroom. I was talking about like oyster,
Yeah,
mean
that
mushroom,
America
and
definitely would have reached another level. I should get your number and at least try and exchange notes how to improve the productivity here.
right.
Because
I
we
mean, they
are
have like
still
all
old-fashioned.
different
We dry
scales.
it in the sun. I'm not because marketing is so difficult. I've not even bought a.
Yeah.
So there are washing machines available. Like washing machine, spin dryer is there to dry the
Yeah.
hay, but I dry it in the sun. A lot of constraints are there here marketing it. That's why I'm not investing.
Right. I think the other thing. Sorry, just one last point. I think the other thing, what I was thinking is the recycling of the mushroom compost, right, back into the farm itself. That's a good idea where you can save some money and.
Yeah, we use that. We use that straw. We recycle it. We use the straw. Only thing is, one thing I do, I will admit, is I use plastic to grow the mushrooms. I am not use. Some people are suggesting now you use buckets but I use plastic bags because it's a simpler thing for me to do. But maybe I should move to plastic buckets and see how that works. Much
Yeah.
more
In
expensive
fact,
to do.
I grew like mushroom in a plastic bucket. I will send you some photos as well.
Yeah, please, please, please send.
Yeah. Sorry. Go
Okay.
ahead, please. I cut you off. Sorry.
So,
Go ahead.
so now my income, average income, like I said, this year I made about 14 lakhs. Revenue 14 lakhs is not break even yet, but operationally, if you take out the cost of the thing, I'm just about break even. And
Sir, major income from which product you have got, whether mango or horticulture
milk is
or
my main milk is my main income. Because I'm able to sell my milk at my milk I'm able to sell at 70 rupees a liter.
Oh, good.
And I sell about 1 lakh worth of milk month. And even if I take my silage costs around 25,000. And hay I buy, it lasts about 3 months. That costs about 50,000. Then labor, I told you, my labor cost is the main thing which is killing the farm right now. But that's because I have extra labor and I keep them all happy. And it's my main income does not come from the farm. It comes from
And
other
many of
sources.
those labor also help in your household activities as well,
Yeah,
right?
they help in my household
They wash
activities
your
also.
car, they clean your house, they
They
do all
wash
of
my
that stuff
car.
as well.
One or two of them clean my. They help cook for me and
Right.
also so it's become like self-contained. Yes.
So how many labors you have, sir, if I can ask?
I have for the farm. I have about purely for the farm. I have 3 outside labor and one labor in the farm. Then one lady helps in the house and she does farm work. So that is 5 labor I have totally. And 2 supervisors I have. One guy is retired. He's basically retired. He's there. He's like insurance. In any emergency, I use him. Otherwise, he's just having a good time.
Actually, if you are a little brutal, then you can make it immediately profitable because you probably can do with one supervisor. Probably you don't need two supervisors, right? So some
Yeah,
of
but
that,
his son has joined the farm, which is a big bonus.
right.
So, and his son is educated. He's an engineer. He left engineering and said, "No, I want to stay in the farm." So I'm not paying him as much as an engineer would good, but he's happy, and I'm giving them the house also. They have also put money. I have also put money. So within a year or two, with God's grace, we should be able to at least buy a site for them. So then we'll see what to do about the house.
And if you don't mind, can you tell me like on an average how much we have to pay for labor? Just manual labor,
See,
not supervisor.
manual labor now, if you take in a monthly basis in Bangalore, it costs about 15,000 rupees.
Okay. Okay.
And if you take on a daily basis, then it costs about almost 600 to 700.
Yeah, no, I was talking about more from a permanent labor, like a monthly basis.
Yeah, about 15 to 16,000, you can say. Actually,
Okay.
I give 1 month Diwali bonus also. That's why my farmer is bleeding. Diwali bonus also I gain. So it comes to about 16,000 if you include the bonus and all.
Understood. And for the supervisor, approximately how
Supervisor
much?
costs more. Supervisor, he's educated and he's he knows English. He knows how to use a computer. So he costs about 25,000.
Understood. Okay.
Plus
Thanks.
he gets petrol allowance. He gets some bonus
Yeah.
mobile phone I buy for him.
So folks,
Yeah. Understood.
1 second, I have to go for one meeting. So what I'll do is, Dhyan, I'm going to make you co-host. I'm going to make you host. So the meeting will continue. I know people might have to go somewhere, but it's been such an excellent presentation. So I will leave, but please continue because there are still important things you want to cover, right?
Yeah, so this is my personal. I don't have much more time, Shamik. Maybe about 5-10 minutes.
Okay,
You want
but
to
I
stay?
just have to go to another meeting, so I will leave,
Okay.
but I will keep this on. So
Okay.
thanks from my side, Dan. Thank you so much. And folks,
Yeah,
please
well,
ask as many questions as you can.
yeah. So my personal experience in my farm, just like in life, other than one wife, you should never have one of anything. Many wives is a headache. One wife you have, but otherwise one monocropping farming is just like obviously you have one job that you can't help, but hopefully the job is stable so you'll manage. But other than that, depending on a single thing for income, monocropping farming is very difficult. Like before we started all this, I was only dependent on my mangoes and sapotas, and the farm was actually bleeding. It was actually bleeding because for 3 years the mango crops failed. I don't know, some disease came, yield, the flowers dropped, and even this year it wasn't much, but it was okay. So you should have a diversified income in farming. Any farmer, if you see Narayan Reddy, if you see Subhash Palekar, if you see Akash Chaurasya, they all talk about multi-layer farming. So multi-layer farming they talk about. 1 minute, just excuse me. Hello, Santosh. Yeah, okay, Gopi will arrange, don't worry. Okay, thank you. Okay. So you should have multi-layer farming. Even in farming, you should have vegetables, you should have crops. Like Shamik was saying, you should have greens are a very, very good source of regular income. They grow very fast. Greens grow within 20 days, you can grow greens. Only thing is greens is perishable. So unless you have an assured market, or grow it in stages. Don't grow everything that comes. Like if you go to organic Mandya, one thing he teaches you is a bed method where you grow in stages. What you can consume, you grow only that much in that bed. Then you move it to another 2 weeks, then you move it. So there's a steady supply and you don't do everything at one time. So greens are profitable, tomatoes are profitable. All this is assuming you are selling directly to the customer. If you are selling to a mandi, growing vegetables is just break even. I mean, it's really difficult. Then you might as well get into milk because milk, at least in Karnataka, every village has a dairy supply point. Even at 36 rupees, if you're growing your own fodder, margin is there 20%.
So, Dhyan, this is Padmasini here. Just wanted to understand. So, what is the size of the farm you're actively managing right now?
Actively managing, I am growing the farm is about 12 acres, but the crops that I get from the other main part is about maybe once or twice a year I get about 3 lakhs.
Mm-hmm.
The rest I get from about 2 acres because cows don't take much place. I'm buying my fodder,
Mm-hmm.
and chickens don't take much place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then vegetables, you can have a shade. I would recommend if you can afford it to have a shade net. You don't need a greenhouse, but at least you should have a shade net so that the protection of the from pests is there.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, growing organic vegetables is quite a challenge. Growing it in the open conditions, you need more care, and pest attack is more. You need more sprays, more
Mm-hmm.
maintenance.
Okay.
But if you grow it in a shade net, I have a half-acre shade net.
Okay.
And even from that shade net, from half acre, I'm sure this year from half acre of shade net, I should be able to make at least, I've already made about 40,000 from half acre in the
Mm-hmm.
last 6 months. So in the whole year, I should be able to make 1 lakh. That's
Okay.
because I have a good customer base. See, the whole thing starts with milk. It's a long-term program. There's different styles of farming. There is this managed farmland where you just go for hobby and do all that internet, Wi-Fi, and just enjoy. But if you want to do it as a business, then milk is required because milk is the found. Like even if you see a history of farming, what I've studied about history, we always had cows as the foundation of Indian agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
They supply gobra to your plants and they give milk.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are doing cows, see, it depends on what sort of cows looking at. If you are looking at it just to maintain your plants, then you have desi cows. But desi cows don't give more than 3 or 4 liters of milk a day. Whereas
Mhm.
if you have a HF cow, you can get about 10 to 12 liters of milk a day. Now again, when I say day, cows are living beings. So you have to plan, like I have total of 12 cows, but at one time only 4 cows are yielding. Rest
Okay.
are not getting pregnant. So but those 5 cows maintain the 12 cows. The income from that is enough to maintain it. Plus, I get gobra. Gobra is very expensive now. Actually, I think if you buy a tractor load of gobra, it's almost about 8,000 rupees now in Bangalore.
Yeah.
So that is comes for free.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But
sir, can I ask one thing? So you said that you don't grow your fodder there, right? So I
no.
believe.
I don't grow my fodder in the summer. Monsoon time, I have enough land to grow. I have about 2 acres. I grow corn and I grow ragi, and that feeds the cows.
Got it, got it. Oh, you're saying that mainly because of, I guess, water
Because of
scarcity, right?
water, become
Right,
water is
right.
the biggest challenge. I mean, if I had a short water source, there was no need for me to buy. Even in 2 acres, you can support about 6 cows. If you have 2 acres of land, you
So
can
yeah,
support
one
about six
per
cows if you
so
have
three.
water to irrigate and grow feed.
Yeah, it was basically 1 acre required for growing food for 3 cows. Yeah, that's the formula.
Yeah,
Okay.
about 1 acre you need. Yeah.
Understood. Okay, that I think
Main
that
thing
makes
is
sense.
water.
Right,
That's why I said you should have a secure water source and you should not exploit that water source. You should
right.
recharge it. I mean, most irrigation now is done from bore wells. Very few people are fortunate to have canals running by their fields. That happens in maybe North Karnataka. You have a canal also. I don't know. The person from North Karnataka was talking. Maybe you have a canal.
Not everywhere. I would say. Yeah, but not everywhere. But I think in some places they are like very good. In some places they are
Yeah,
still
that
depending on.
Gangavati side and all, they have it's very well irrigated area. That's where I buy my paddy from. My paddy straw I buy from Gangavati. So
Sounds
they
good.
that
Thanks, sir.
yeah. So God has given us 10 fingers for a reason. Don't do all or nothing because 99% of the time you will end up with nothing. This not only applies for farming, but be diversified. 3 to 5 sources of income, multi-layer crop pattern, like I said, grow greens, grow vegetables, grow trees. And
Sorry,
trees also
Dhyan, quick
don't grow
question.
annual trees, grow sapota, grow coconut. Coconut is called the golden tree of India because you have regular income from coconut. Yes, it takes time. It takes about 6 to 7 years. But once it starts, now coconuts you're getting 40 rupees and this will only go up. Coconut price will only grow up. I don't think it will crash. At least that is my feeling. I could be wrong, but I don't think it will go below 40 rupees. And 40 rupees is a very, very good rate for coconut per tree. Even if you don't water it, you get 60 coconuts per tree. If you water it, you will get more than 100. So you can calculate what is almost 40, 60 also into 40 is about 2,500 per tree you get. So you have 100 trees, you get about 2.5 lakhs just from coconut. I mean, I'm getting without watering, I'm getting about a lakh from my coconut trees. I have about 100 trees. So coconut you should definitely have. Sapota you should definitely have. Mango is dicey. Nobody has really made it's just a shauki. They say grow mango. Cocoa is a good crop. Cocoa you can make if you have a good marketing channel. Cocoa is also a globally traded commodity. Yes, there are problems growing cocoa. Pest attack is a huge problem in cocoa. Bats eat it, monkeys eat it. But if you can control that, cocoa also is profitable. And if you're in Malnad area, if you're in Coorg, if you're in Shimoga, then Araka, coffee, pepper, where rainfall is good. Then obviously chickens you should have. Again, chickens and cows, again, I can't stress enough. Don't put the animal in the stress. Keep it open as far as possible and leave the sheds clean. Don't keep it dirty. Sheep is recommended instead of goat. Never venture into goat because goats eat all the plants, whereas sheep and cows, they don't eat plants. They only eat the vegetation on the ground. Sheep in desperate times, they may eat the leaves, but otherwise there's nothing else to eat. But otherwise, whereas goat, if you have goats, they will eat anything that grows. The leaves is the first thing they will attack in the trees. Then run the farm
Sir,
like a business.
sir, I have one
Maintain
question.
Yes, sir.
I have a 4-acre land and horticulture, 4 years old farm is there.
Where
If
is it,
I
sir?
want, it is a Gulbarga area, sir.
Is there water?
Water is there, sir. Water is there.
Okay.
Enough
Then,
water is
sir.
there. Excess water is there. I am draining the water now.
Oh, okay.
It is a low-lying area. From top, it is this water is coming.
Oh,
Yeah.
then maybe paddy you can grow, sir. Paddy has got good rate now.
Actually, paddy in our area, it is only tur dal is famous. And
Tur dal,
now I
okay.
made tur dal. Now I made 4 acres completely horticulture, all fruits.
Sir, that's what
Coconut.
I'm saying. Don't depend on one crop. Growing one crop is gambling.
Yeah, sir.
You should have diversified income.
Yeah, sir. Correct.
You keep one section, 1 acre for tur dal, 3 acres you put 1 acre for vegetable, 2 acres you put horticultural crop, or you put 1 acre horticultural crop and 1 acre you keep for dairy and poultry.
Yes. Now, if I want
Diversify.
to start poultry, means some chickens, how much numbers or how many numbers I have to start?
Sir, it all depends on your market, how much you're able to sell.
It's like no, I'm not mainly focused on that. It's one is on free manure I'll get from chicken, and whatever the egg is there, that I'll sell it. That's all.
So chicken is less maintenance than cows. It's definitely less maintenance than cows. Only danger with chicken is sometimes this virus will come like bird flu or something. Luckily, I have been very blessed in my farm. I've never had an attack like that. Only once about 7 or 8 years ago, I lost all my chickens. That is a big risk in poultry farming. So this you can't predict when it will happen. But if you keep the shed clean, if you give the vaccines regularly, if you have access to a good veterinarian, then I would suggest taking a risk in poultry. That Ranicate vaccine is very important and keeping the shed is. And here you are in Gulbarga, but I can connect you to this Mysore Natikoli fellow. He may know somebody in Gulbarga who's supplying the thing, and it is there in my whatever it is. The documentation is the same. Whether you buy from Mysore Natikoli or you buy from anybody, that sheet it is there. I think I have kept it in my 1 minute. Let me just check. 1 minute. Mysore Natikoli Nursery, you see this folder? It is there in my website. This if you follow, if you follow this properly, chances of success is 70%, not 100%. I can't guarantee 100%. But 70% chance is there if you follow this. This is already there in my website. This guy supplies good raw material. Like that, you can locate in your area. You can ask the local. And I would suggest, sir, you don't get into broiler. Get into country chicken, less headache, more hardy. Broiler is a chemical factory. You need injection. You need a lot of headache. Country chicken is less headache to maintain. And it's more hardy. Yes, all this is there, but it is still less headache than broiler.
Yes. How many numbers I can start with that, sir? Starting 100 numbers,
Sir,
50 numbers?
You start with 100.
Okay.
You wait 3 months. If you have a success, then you buy another 100. But don't go more than 300. It is difficult to manage.
Correct. That will be fine.
Like one labor can manage about 200 chickens. Cleaning the shed becomes a big problem, sir.
Okay.
Because and you need umi. You need umi to keep in the ground. Umi is this paddy husk.
Okay.
Because that is how you. Otherwise, if you just have a bare floor, it
Mhm.
becomes very difficult to clean. You have to have a coating, a bed of umi. It's called umi. It's actually paddy husk.
Mhm.
So the chicken makes all its droppings in that,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
just scrape it off like a carpet. You just scrape it off. But if you just have a bare floor, first of all, the chicken will get infection.
Mhm.
So you need a covering. What I am familiar with is umi because we get umi here. Other things you can do research and see what else you can cover the floor with. Some people say you can cover with sawdust, but sawdust is very expensive. Some people say you can cover with straw, but straw also you can cover with straw also. But umi works out for me. But you need to cover the floor. You can't just this thing. And I would
Yeah.
suggest you don't go for a concrete floor. You go for a mud floor.
Okay.
There's no need to go for a concrete floor.
Yeah, yeah. How rural area they'll do like that only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only thing is you should have a covering for that floor,
Yeah.
which you can scrape off.
Yeah.
But this is there in my website. If you go to the Shambhala Farm Research, Mysore Natikoli Nursery, all this is there. This is the stuff I was telling you what you should do, especially when it's a chick up to the 93rd day. Because when I bought my first 250 chickens, I lost 50 chickens, 50 chicks. Because I was not familiar with this. Then later he told me, no, you have to do this for the chicks. Then next time I lost about 14 or 12 or 14. And after that, you lose about 5 to 10%. But you won't lose 20%.
Okay.
And this guy sells chicks at 40 rupees. I don't know how much they sell it in Gulbarga for. But
Will check up, sir. Will check up.
and one thing with this guy is there's no guarantee, there's no sex selection. So my first batch was full of males, which is why I was in trouble. Now I have to sell the males. But if you're blessed to have females, it's very profitable. I suggest you keep the females for 2 years because
Okay.
within 6 months they will start yielding eggs.
Oh.
And at least in Bangalore, I can sell the eggs for 15 rupees a egg.
Oh.
Even then, even if you sell at 12 rupees an egg, it's quite profitable. Because like I
Correct.
told you, it costs only 1 rupee 70 paisa to feed it. And if you have natural feed, if you let it roam in the farm, then it costs less. So that is the thing with chickens.
Yes.
So run the farm like a business. Google Sheets is free. You can maintain. I have everything maintained or whatever. Now I use Zoho Books for my payments to track payments. If you're doing a big business, say more than 50,000 a year, 50,000 a month, if you're doing that, and if you have many customers, then I would suggest using Zoho Books because it's very easy to track payments. There's a facility to track payments, like I will just show you. And Zoho Books is actually free, but I have taken the paid version. But even in free, because I have about 50 customers and I can easily track payments. I'll just show you how Zoho Books. No, 1 minute. One minute. So I'm tracking my payroll on Zoho Books and I'm also tracking my milk sales. So when you do go to sales, you see invoices and you just see you get this automatically as they pay. You just say paid and you automatically can track and know who has not paid and who has paid. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult to track all this. And this is actually free, but I have taken the paid version because I have many users. I don't manage all this myself. My manager manages it, and I just enter the payroll and I track the monitor the thing. But if you have one user, if you're willing to do this yourself, it's free. You don't have to pay anybody. But if you have many users, it costs I think about 8,000 rupees, about 10,000 rupees a year to do this. But you can track all the payments and you get professional invoices. You get an invoice like this, which looks professional. You can sell it. You can send it to the customer like this. One thing with a database, because I come from a tech background, I used to be a computer programmer. It's very easy with a database. You can add vegetables, you can add everything you can track in the database. If you are familiar with the database, tracking in a spreadsheet, it becomes very difficult, whereas a software like Zoobase, it gives you a good visibility. But if you are a small farmer, if you're doing less than 10,000 rupees a month, then just use a spreadsheet, use Google Sheets. And if you have few customers, you don't have to track, you can easily use Google Sheets. And then one thing is your employees. Your employees are your main goal. More than the cows, more than the cows, more than the water. If you don't have people to run the farm, you'll have to do it yourself. So I'm lucky. Most of my employees, they're happy in the farm. All of them have been here more than 5 years. And the oldest employee is more than 22 years. And his son now also has joined. His son is a big benefit to the farm. He's the one who's managing the dairy. He's the one who's managing the chicken. So this is all takes time. If you see how Jivamrita is made, it's a labor-intensive process. You need a drum. You need to pour cow dung, pour cow urine, ferment it. It takes about 7 days to do. Then this is a mango plantation. As you can see, it's all green cover. I don't weed it. This is when I was growing lettuce. Now I don't grow lettuce because simply growing fancy. Better to grow ordinary things which the market will buy. What your local neighbors will buy, you grow for them. Grow beans, grow greens, grow gourds, grow. If you go to a organic mandias, this thing they will show you multi-layer farming. How in one bed you can grow a tube crop, you can grow a root crop, you can grow a green crop. In one bed you can have different levels of income. First you get greens, then you get vines, then you get roots. So in one bed it becomes. This is what Akash Chaurasya also explains very beautifully. There are Akash Chaurasya videos also on the internet. He explains it much better than organic Manda people. In one bed you make the level of the ground different levels. You first get greens, then you in the same bed first you get greens, then you get vines, tomatoes, gourds, then you get roots, which is taking long time like carrots or onions. So in one bed you get 3 levels of income. So this is the mango trees in our fruiting stage. Then we have some functions for the thing they celebrate Sankranti. Chickens now before I used to grow in tires, now I've put wood in boxes because I'm doing it professionally. So I've been blessed with peacocks. Then like I told you, have diversified income. And don't grow strawberries and lettuce. That's all fancy, difficult to sell. Just grow regular. Butterfruit has a market, at least in Bangalore, people are willing to buy. I don't know about other areas, whether there is a market for butterfruit. But otherwise, chikku, mango, I'm talking about Bangalore area. I'm not familiar about the area in other areas. In Bangalore area, chikku, mango, jackfruit. In Malnad area, areca, coffee, pepper, cocoa. These are the 2 areas I'm familiar about. North Karnataka, I'm not really familiar what grows.
North Karnataka, basically they'll grow tur dal, legumes,
Okay.
and jawar and bajra, and sunflower, cotton. These are the main crops of North Karnataka.
Okay. Whatever it is, sir, don't grow one.
Yeah.
Diversify.
Yeah.
That is the golden rule of life. Don't concentrate on one. Always have, God has given you 10 fingers for a reason. At
Yes,
least
sir.
have 4 to 5 sources of income.
Correct.
So this is strawberries. We had success, but it was difficult to market. And strawberries also is very perishable. That is why I stopped growing it. Mushrooms also is, if you can sell mushrooms, it's profitable, but it's hard work. It's easier to do cows and chickens than mushrooms. So this is my contact information. Shamik will add me to the WhatsApp group, so you can WhatsApp me or you can email me. And that's basically it. Then I've also showed you my folder. Let me just go back to my folder. The folder, if I go back to my folder, this natural farming research is there. natural farming research articles are there, Palekar's books list, all Palekar's books, whatever is there. All this is available in PDF now. Now he's got a different set of books. Everything is there. If you have the time to go through my natural farming research, then Soil Vasu, Shamik's Soil Vasu is there. And then Soil Vasu is no more. He has expired. But his stuff is there on my website. And Shamik is actually a link to Shamik's website. And then my Shambhala farm research, what I have done, my water charging, which is important, that will recharge well. And then package of practice. I have actually invented a package of practices for vegetable crops. It is there in English and it's there in Kannada. So everything is there, how to prepare Jivamrita, how to prepare Panchgavaya. This is there in English and Kannada. If you are not fortunate enough to buy neem soap and Pongeme, actually neem soap and Pongeme soap is available everywhere now. It costs more money, but it's less headache than preparing this neem astra and dashparni and all. And if you have no option, then recipe is there, you can do it. It's much cheaper than buying neem soap and Pongeme soap. Is much cheaper, but it takes more labor. And then the schedule is there, how to spray for vegetables, plant protection spray schedule. And one thing with natural farming is it's like vaccination. Whether there is disease or not, you have to spray. So every month, if you see my diary, there is 3 sprays going on. There is a Jivamrita spray, there is a buttermilk spray, and there is a neem soap spray. Every month I spray. Alternately, every 10 days I keep spraying. Because it's like vaccination. You can't predict when the disease will hit. So if there is something on the leaf of the plant that will prevent disease from attacking, like neem soap is there, or if you have buttermilk, then fungus will be. So you have to keep that, and all that is there in my package of practices, like I showed you. This is if you are growing vegetables, this is already there. When you spray, what is there? I just follow this for my horticultural plants also. Every 10 days there is a spray. And then geometer drenching, spraying, plant protection. And this is there in Kannada also for those of you all who are in Karnataka. It is there. In Kannada also it is there. Same thing is there in Kannada. This is not a Google Translate. This is actual manual translation. Somebody has manually translated it. So it's more accurate than Google Translate. Now Google Translate is there. So I don't know how accurate it is. So that's all I have to say, sir. Thank you for your time. Thank you, interactive session. I also
Yeah.
learned a lot about mushrooms and
Thank you very much, sir. You have a
Karnataka.
good system, good practice. You have maintained data very well.
Yes,
First
sir.
time I'm seeing, sir, this all well organized, all PDF, all details, activity based.
So first of all, I'm blessed to thank God and my parents. They've given me this land because main thing is the land. I have been blessed. I'm living on the land and there's a house to live. And my father has worked hard. He has invested wisely. And one thing is he has not interfered in the running of the farm. He has let me run it how I want it.
Yes.
So, which is a big bonus because sometimes family issues are there. Father wants to control and not let the children run. I've been blessed. My parents that way have let me had a free hand.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
So I thank God, thank my parents.
So I think that's the point I wanted to ask you, sir. Is there any suggestion? Like basically, I'm planning to set up my farm near Dharwad, which is in North Karnataka. There is a decent city called Hubli and all nearby. But
Okay, how far is it,
so
sir?
from Bangalore or from
No,
Dharwad?
from your farm, from your farm.
I mean, I don't have a farm yet. I have to go there and buy it. But
Okay.
I have a general idea of where I want to set it up. It's basically like 30 minutes from Hubli, which is a tier 2 city right now.
Okay.
So I was wondering, like, is there any suggestion you can give? Like, because basically you said that you are directly selling it to customer, that's why you are profitable, right?
Yes, sir.
I understand
So to
Bangalore.
build the customer base, see, sir, one thing I will tell you, I am directly selling my milk to my customers, but my mangoes I'm not able to absorb the volume with my direct customers. So I sell wholesale. I can connect you to those people. One is Farmizen, but there's another guy called Bhumi. Bhumi also will buy. Only thing is you have to take care of the transport to send it here.
Right. Yeah,
And
no,
milk also, sir.
I think my question was like, in Bangalore, people are ready to pay some premium because of the nature of the crowd and all, and
Yes,
it makes the farm a little bit profitable, right? But
yes, sir.
is it? What do you suggest that even if the land cost is more, maybe we should look near Bangalore to set up the farm, or we can go
Sir, no,
further?
sir, not that. See, organic products have a premium. It just takes time to build a customer base. If you are
Mm.
active in WhatsApp, if you have relatives in the area, start with your
Mm.
own relatives in Dharwad. Say, I'm starting an organic farm, I'm organic certified. Get the first year certification because people need proof. How do they know?
Right.
How do they know you're organic certified? At least something should be there, no?
Right. Yep.
So I would suggest you invest in first 2 years will be a waste because you will be if you're buying a farm you will have to plant also, but you can start with vegetables. Like I said, keep some place for vegetables, keep some place for milk,
Right.
and keep some place for chickens because milk is perishable. I'm sure if you start with the milk in your Dharwad area, there will be a KMF dairy somewhere close to your village.
Right.
So at least to get cash flow, you will be able to manage something out of the farm with milk.
Okay. Understood.
And don't start with one cow. Minimum you need is about 3 cows.
Got it. Yeah.
So at least one cow is yielding at a time.
Understood. Got it. Got it.
And
Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir. Sorry, go ahead.
and milk takes more effort, but at least you will
Mhm.
get income out of it, and you will get gobra, and you
Right.
will get a customer base because if you supply milk to a person,
Right.
then he automatically becomes like a honey trap. Like you
Right.
can sell this, and he will spread the word. Oh, I'm buying. Like that's how I started with only 5 customers, and they said, "Oh, this guy supplies milk. Go contact him if you want milk." So,
Right.
and one thing is, you have to have good integrity, accountability, maintain your milk quality well. Don't
Yeah.
send it to the garbage dump to feed. It takes effort.
And
People
what do
send it
you
to the
guys,
garbage
sir?
dump. People
What?
dilute the milk. All that comes with time. As the customers know you, encourage them to visit your farm, see how you maintain your cows.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. So, one other question related to the dairy. If you have a male calf, what do you generally do with the male calf?
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you what I do with the male calves. I give it to the Goshala. We are lucky to have
Okay.
Goshalas close by. So I give
Mhm.
to the Goshala and I give about 10,000 so they keep it.
Understood. Okay. Got it.
And female calves, you can keep the female calves, but even then, it takes about 3 years for a female calf to start yielding. It's a
Got it.
long-term thing.
Right.
And for the
Understood.
first 2.5 months, at least about say 20 to 30% of your milk you have to give to the calf. It would be
Right.
better if you could give 50%, but at least 30% you have to give to the calf.
Yep. Understood. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions? So shall we end the talk? Hello?
Yep. Sounds good. Yep.
Yes.
I think.
I don't know, Shamika. Let me just call Shamika. I don't know. I think that's the end. That's the end, right? My talk was the end of your
Yeah, I
class.
think he said we can end once we are done.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for your time. Thank you for attending my
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
presentation.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's really useful information. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.